Hey guys, it's Chris from Enola Gay, and it's time for Valken Debrief Live.
Welcome to the most interactive airsoft show on the interwebs. It's the Valken Debrief Airsoft live show. Each and every episode is sponsored by the fine folks at Enola Gay. Also, don't forget to sign up for the largest growing airsoft community in the world, known as the Valken Alliance. You can link up with other Alliance members throughout your region on our Facebook groups by just searching the Valken Alliance. We also offer Alliance sponsorships for qualified airsoft teams. And the Valken Debrief also shares local and national airsoft events so you don't miss out what's going on in your region. We also give away some sweet products from time to time, so the more you interact, the greater the chance you could win. And we work hard to bring you new and exciting special guests during each episode. You can also find us at many airsoft events throughout the world. And if you miss any of our live casts, you can always catch the rewind on our YouTube channel or SoundCloud. So sit back and get ready for your Valken Debrief.
Warning, the following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for immature airsoft players. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences with common sense only.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Valken Airsoft. No, I did it wrong again. Valken Debrief Airsoft show.
Got that?
Yep.
Well, actually, wait. So, what are we drinking? Are you drinking water? Is it the beverage?
No,
of the day?
I've got my Comic-Con
I've got
tankard.
My unlicensed Monster energy beverage.
Yeah, you can't.
This is the wrong show. Oh wait.
Yeah, they haven't paid to have their label put on here. So
I got confused because we have the Gorilla guys on. I was trying to do the Gorilla start. You know what I mean? Like I was trying.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
What episode are we? What number?
We're 99.
90.
Nieve.
Dude, where are we gonna be next week?
Dude, Airsoft Con. I'm so stoked.
I know, right?
We get to hang out with all the posers who don't actually play airsoft that just talk about it on TV.
They're the ones that actually have on their Facebook profile worked at airsoft.
Wait,
but they don't actually work in the industry.
Those people that make all the announcements, like now sponsored by MacGyver Boots and shit like that.
And when they gain a new sponsor, they have to announce it. When they leave a sponsor, they have to announce it.
And they always have to have like some stoic message. It's always like, we have parted ways because we no longer see eye to eye in the business sense, and now I've left Jack Off Tactical to move to Awesome Guy Tactical.
Oh my!
And they're the best tactical supply in the world. It's always like, it's like a stoic shot too, where they're standing there like, you know, posing with their new like, you know, sponsored shit, and they're like, I'm burning all bridges because someone sent me a pair of gloves.
So thank you for joining us this evening. Be sure to share the show, tag your friends.
Or tag people that are not your friends.
It's really easy. Ooh, yeah. Well, how are they going to tag them if they're not their friends?
You go to see. There's that section that pops up in Facebook where you say people that you should be friends with, and you like and friend them, and then you photo
share,
and you tag bomb them for this show.
Share.
This show only.
I'm gonna put David Lee.
David Lee. Spam the shit out of David Lee.
Yes, if you have David Lee on your friends list, tag him.
David Lee, John Rue, and Bo. Bo Silva needs to get bomb tagged.
I know, dude. He never shows up.
Bo.
JP will show up. I'll do JP.
Well, maybe JP will actually be in the audience of the show since he was on Gorilla Airsoft and not ours. I'm not butthurt about that at all, Bo. But I'm just
Bo. Didn't you tell me like you don't do interviews? Mm-hmm. What's up with that?
What's up, Bo?
Yeah,
I'm calling you out. I just don't do interviews. No interviews.
2 weeks. I actually did a pretty good Bo impression 2 weeks ago.
That was a really good one. No, was that? Oh wait, that was
2 weeks ago.
We're in the future right now, not where we are now.
Yeah, we're crossing the streams.
In the future, do you guys want the lotto numbers? Because they're at the bottom of your screen right now.
Exactly.
You're scrolling right here.
Well, we want to go ahead and thank our sponsors real quick.
Ooh, the Alliance.
Yes, be sure
My
to...
favorite pyramid scheme.
Yes.
So here's what you do with the Alliance, guys. You invite all your friends over, you open a bottle of wine, and you talk about the benefits of being Alliance distributors. And see, when you get two guys in your downstream, and they get two guys, now they're all working for you. And the Alliance can make you a millionaire. Is that how it works?
That's exactly how it works.
I'm gonna make this like sex toy parties for
So,
Army wives, dude.
And we are featuring, and also once you sign up, be sure to head back onto Facebook, put Valken Alliance in the search bar, and then look for your local regional group because
Some
tonight.
people might want to like play some airsoft, or
I know, right?
hang out or talk about airsoft. Mostly talk about airsoft is what they want to do, probably.
Yeah, but we don't talk about airsoft on this
Not
show.
on this show at all.
We are featuring the Southern region tonight because actually no,
Is that the South
we're not.
Pacific or
No, we're not featuring the South.
which one are we featuring?
I forgot. They're not on the East Coast. Here we go.
The Pacific
They're
region.
the Pacific region. They're in
That
the
would be
Pacific
like
region.
California and maybe like Arizona, like Baja if you're in Mexico, maybe. Like, what's that part next? Where's like? Because Baja is the wang of Mexico. What's next to that? Like the inside wang. It'd be like
Cabo.
The taint of Mexico would be on the.
Would that be
inside.
Cabo?
Maybe. I'm not.
I've always
Tell
wanted
me
to
in
go
the
to
chat.
Cabo.
If there are any Mexicans in the chat, let me know. It's cool.
Also, we'd like to thank our other sponsor, Enola Gay.
Ooh, they are doing some great stuff with smoke. In fact, their smoke is so good at concealment, it concealed me blue at Irene. Like, I was like a pile of baby wipes. It was great.
He looked like a
everywhere.
Smurf.
Like in my beard,
like-
hand, arm. It was great.
It looked like he like washed himself with like the Old Spice body wash that's blue.
Ooh, so if you don't have a good Halloween costume, you got some EGs sitting around, just have your girlfriend, pop them, spray you down a little bit. You can be like a Martian. You can be part of Blue Man Group.
Oh yes.
Whether just don't do the colored smoke opposite of your race. There's people who got in trouble for that recently. It's not okay.
Also, every once in a while, we actually open the hotline up and take live callers. You can see it right there on your screen.
The message is it up here?
Yeah, it's up there. There you go. You're pointing to it correctly.
Did I get it right? Okay,
Yep.
cool.
856-975-0650. Sometimes, when we don't have a guest, which hasn't happened in a while, when we don't have a guest, we'll do a topic for the night, and we'll actually open the phone lines and talk to folks. But
we're not going to talk to you now or when this airs. Don't think that we're going to pick up the phone when you're watching this.
I know.
But you'll get our answer.
Like, dude, somebody's calling. Stop! It's like you're ringing in our ears. Stop calling. I'm just gonna let you go to the voicemail. So,
do we have a voicemail to play for him this week?
Yeah, we do have a voicemail to play for him, and this is like S&D. This is called Steal and Distribute. I would like to say that we invented this, but we did not. This was all
theft is the best form of flattery, or something.
Yes,
like
this was all guerrilla. We stole this from them.
Is this my favorite Bond villain calling you again? Because Timothy, he hides in Canada. He has an English accent. He has a weird cat he strokes all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be chasing after.
So how am I gonna? So I have to open up the microphone for the voicemail, but I'm hoping the green room microphone is turned off.
I didn't check.
So
I totally
those of you, guests in the green room,
Fritz,
you got to mute your mics for a
Handle that,
second.
Fritz.
You got to turn your mics off, because. So we got to play this voicemail here. So let's see.
20 minutes.
I know, right? No, actually, this one it should take really fast. So
we
all
have
right.
a crew of hundreds in the booth right now doing this.
So we're gonna play this.
What are you doing, Ben?
Like Frankenstein, like things arcing across, electricity, Tesla coils, all to make this happen right now.
I know.
No idea.
All right. The children in the back need to be quiet, so we can.
I swear to God,
so we can play this
back and
voicemail.
hit all of
Damn it!
So I know I hit the right one.
All right, here we go. Let's see if the folks at home can recognize.
I'm just gonna wait here. Kaiju. I'm listening to you right now on Valken Debrief, and you just said that I've. Oh, phone lines are closed. No.
Is he ever going to take his vengeance on us, you think? Because
He probably will.
I mean, you kept saying, like, he keeps calling because I think he genuinely wants to talk to you, and you just keep new phoning who disses him.
Yeah.
That's really fucked up.
Well, that's what's... So if you know who that was and recognize his voice, go ahead and put it in the chat. Don't give it away, Chris.
Don't give it away?
Don't do it.
His code name is Gold.
He has no
Member.
code name.
Gold
Speaking of code names,
Codename Gold Toe.
I am the Kaiju, the Supreme Commander of the Valken Alliance, and to my right...
Yes, Lord Fuzzyface, all my citizens of BB Shire looking upon me. It is a good day in the Shire.
You all didn't know this,
Celebrate
but you all
PvP.
are citizens of BB Shire.
Yeah.
It's part of the pyramid
There might be some cool
scheme.
stuff coming down the way for BB Shire. I don't know. We got some ideas in the hole. In the mountain. What did you call the house? The Hobbit house? What were they? Like they lived in the hill? Or are we going more of an Englishshire with this?
Englishshire.
So like bad teeth and warm beer and
Yep.
terrible cuisine.
And peppermint.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, thank you.
All
But
right.
They didn't
so-
invent Wonka. I do like Wonka candies.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then egg. What's the egg for Christmas?
Kinder Egg?
No, Cadbury.
No, Cadbury's are just no Kinder
Cadbury
Egg.
eggs are where
You
it's
gotta go
at,
with the
man.
Kinder Eggs because they have the toy inside.
No, they have peanut butter Cadbury eggs now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
So also, if you don't have time to watch the show, because sometimes we go 2 hours either on Facebook
3 hours,
Live
4 hours maybe.
or on YouTube, you can catch us on SoundCloud. Just put on the Valken Debrief in the search bar.
We paid the $12 so you can see every episode.
Yes.
Unlike those cheapskates over at ASAP. Screw them.
Oh my gosh. I'm just glad you didn't wear the ASAP shirt
take a little
tonight.
shot at you right when I said that. I know you guys are watching. I know.
All right. So tonight we're going to be talking to the crew, the cast. Would they be a crew or a cast?
I think they're more like a gang.
A gang?
They're probably
the gang.
They're probably on the California, like what's their version of like the state police, like the Chips. They got Chips is zoning in on them right now. Just checking out their activities.
Guerrilla
with a
Airsoft
helicopter.
Radio is going to be on the show tonight. I don't think we've had 3 guests before, but we never had 4.
This
So
would
this
be like a menage a quad or something like that.
I
Is
don't
that
know,
when you have 4
but
kids?
we're gonna have to do our best
So
to
these guys are kinda
keep
old,
them
so
in the pen.
Be more like a lemon
But
party.
I can't
How old
guarantee
these
it.
guys
So, but and then right after we talk to them, we'll be doing as always events across the United States.
You know, I've been hearing that people don't know how to get us to put them on their dials.
I
Can you
know.
explain that for them real quick? Just lay that down. Just a
Okay.
little bit of science real quick.
Real simple. If you have an airsoft event and you have a Facebook page,
Yeah, and if you don't, you're dumb.
create a Facebook event
Mm-hmm.
so people can share it, mark interested, mark going.
And maybe
Okay.
should they make us part of it somehow?
Oh, and if you want us to sponsor us, reach out. And if we're a sponsor, make us a co-host. Make all the sponsors a co-host, because you know what happens then?
We talk about
It appears on all their calendars, on their
Every
pages as well.
calendar. We're
Yeah.
helping you sell tickets, make your event big.
Don't email me. Don't send me a JPEG photo and
What
expect
about-
me to know all the
Let
information.
me send you a WhatsApp.
No.
What about a Vine?
No, Vine, no.
Is Vine still a thing?
No Tinder.
No Tinder.
No TikTok.
What about Grindr?
No,
Grindr
no,
messages?
no.
Are you on Grindr? No DMs.
No DMs. So, all right, we're going to cut to a quick commercial. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Share the show. Tag your friends. We're going to have a great and fun journey tonight.
And if you click that thing over to somewhere, another window, or you swipe down, you're
Just
dead
come
to me.
back.
You're dead to me.
Yeah, just come back.
Sorry.
All right, we'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
One for the money, 2 for the show. I'm Leszek from Gunfire. Valken Debrief, here we go! Hi guys, I'm Leszek from Gunfire, one of the best retail shops in Europe. You can find us on every social media. You can find me on Instagram, that guy from Gunfire. Check us out.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Valken Debrief Airsoft live show, episode number
99.
99.
Next week. I mean, this
99
episode's gonna
sick.
be good, but next week
We're going to hit the
100
centennial.
episodes. Century mark. I mean, there's not many other shows that have done that, like The Simpsons, Seinfeld, Friends. No other.
I don't know, I think it's gonna
podcasts
peak
have
early with
done
us.
that.
Oh.
No, not at all.
Oh,
I think we're gonna be the
I
first
think
to
we should bring our
introduce
guests
this.
since they're already talking. Let's go ahead and do that. So, please welcome the cast, crew, the gang of Guerrilla Airsoft.
shit.
What's up, guys?
What do they call you guys in the prison system? You're a certified threat group, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
Alpha males.
Yeah. We have one beta. We got Ben.
Oh,
There's always one.
oh.
Oh,
Whatever.
and
Ben's like, I'd make fun
What?
of that, but I don't understand what it means.
well, Ben, turn your phone landscape instead of portrait because you got.
God damn it, Ben.
I know, right?
Dude, don't tell Ben what to do. He's gonna fuck it all up, man.
Hey, I don't know what the
Working.
fuck.
Turn his
I don't know
laptop
what the hell
upside
I'm
down and shit.
doing.
Ben has got one of
Did
those.
you see how many times his phone went off?
He's got a square
His phone
phone.
went off
It doesn't
4
work
times.
landscape.
I was trying to get my laptop to work. The laptop is a piece of shit.
More
so,
of my
you
question
know.
is, where the fuck is Ben filming
Is-
from?
is this
where
what-
did you hide the body?
Oh my gosh, he's like
I'm
in
in
the
my
basement.
backyard.
Ben's locked in,
Backyard.
he's locked in Bentanamo.
Hey, the beer fridge is out here, so
Wait, did he say beer fridge or beard fridge?
yeah,
Yeah.
beer fridge.
Is there a whole beard in there? Do you have
Dude,
to,
I've been into your backyard. There's no power back there.
Oh, I have power now.
if there's no power, it's just a box full of like warm beer. You get that, right? It's not a beer fridge anymore.
It's my ice. It's my ice chest left over from Copperhead. He just keeps getting into it.
Well, he's drinking fucking
No.
warm drinks then because he doesn't.
No,
fucking
actually-
fucking fridge.
I actually bought a fridge. I bought a fridge for my birthday party, so I have a nice
Do you
setup.
Guys, do you guys want to do your traditional intros real quick, since everybody's so used to it? Like, who are you and what cocktail are you enjoying this evening?
Well, I'm Jesse. I have a Woodford Reserve whiskey
Beautiful.
on the rocks.
Oh,
Delicious.
And Joe, you may go now.
I'd have to go downstairs to get my whiskey. So I went to the upstairs fridge. There's I'm in mini theater here. So I've got the Josh.
What the
it's
fuck
Josh.
is that?
Oh, I thought it was Tosh.
It's
I thought it was
Josh.
Tosh. Like
The
Tosh
Josh.
Joe?
It's Josh Chardonnay
No.
from the Central
Oh.
Coast. I happen to find that in the fridge upstairs. So
What would be
super
your,
gay,
your opinion of
just
that
for you all.
Chardonnay? Is it oaky, buttery? What are we feeling?
I'm gonna go. It's got a sharp oakiness with a little bit of salted Irish butter.
Are there a lot of lichens in there?
Ooh.
First
The
off, it's not
tannins
the first
on
Yeah,
time
hey,
he's
what's
got a
your lichens?
mouthful of anything from the person.
There's no werewolves in here.
So next would be Ben. Ben, what's your drink of the evening?
Oh, yeah, I got a
Let
cherry
me guess,
Coke,
805.
cherry Coke, and Tennessee honey.
Tennessee honey.
Are you
Ugh.
actually mixing those?
Boring.
And
Love that.
What, your mouth? 'Cause it seems
Yeah,
like
why
you're
not?
just making mouth cocktails with those.
Wait, why is it just a picture of Ben now?
Whoa.
I told you.
He went straight to analog. God damn it, Ben.
And I am
Well, I
Beast,
switched to my phone.
sometimes known as Jerry or Beast, whatever you want to call me. And my drink of the evening tonight is a Lagunitas IPA.
Ooh.
Delicious as always.
Very nice.
Are you mixing your beers yet?
No, not yet. Actually,
Is
I
there,
don't.
is there a
I
cop
only
car
have-
going by the shop?
I don't think it's here. I don't think it's here. I don't know where that's at.
God damn. Are you being arrested at
That's
the
here.
moment?
So
No, that's the east
Yeah.
side.
speaking of the shop, a lot of youngins that they might watch your show, Guerrilla Airsoft Radio, they don't actually do math very well, and they may not realize that you actually have a field and a store. Is that right, Jerry?
That is correct. Yes.
How does that involve math?
Oh, Joe.
Exactly.
Can't put two and two together. Hello.
I know, right? So how long
Yeah.
has the store and the field been in business?
Well, if you go all the way back to the paintball days, and like a lot of airsoft stores, we did start off primarily as just paintball. We started I've been a paintball player since the 80s, but the store started in 2001. Had a couple of different locations, had indoor fields, and then the big crash of 2008 happened, and we pretty much went under. But at the time, we'd already started experimenting with some airsoft and started carrying a little bit here and there, started learning more and more about the differences between airsoft and paintball. And so after Guerrilla Paintball kind of died off, I kind of reopened, Sans Partners, and just started by myself as Guerrilla Airsoft. And, basically, if there was a little bit of a gap, but basically been going on for about 18 years now, I guess.
Wow.
Why does this sound like a college experimentation story every time he tells it?
Well, I started with paintball, and then someone showed me a BB, and then I had
I became
a taste.
BB curious.
Then I had to discover everything about
And I was all about
paintball.
that. I was into speed soft and milsim and everything.
And then I bought my first set of night vision.
We had lots of airsoft gatherings in my dorm room. We experimented with many different nodes.
So Jerry, man, is this like a full-time gig for you? Have you managed to
Oh, yeah.
hang out all day long in your airsoft shop, or do you still have to go to a real job?
Yeah, this is all I do. I do this for a living. It's not much of a living, but I do it for a living. The last job I had before this, I was a manager of an indoor paintball field for about a year back in like 2000, 2001, and before
That was
that,
a badass field, though.
before that I worked at Toys R Us for 13 years, and before that I was in high school. So That's all I've done. Toys R Us, paintball, and airsoft.
Well,
That's my career.
Gave you shit for leaving Toys R Us. Who's laughing now?
Yeah, exactly.
They're closed down.
Age like
You're like,
motherfucker.
He's like, fuck you, Jeffrey.
I beat
If they
another
would have had a
one.
better manager,
Actually,
they'd probably still be open. So, right?
Actually, there's so many paintball and airsoft stores that have opened and closed and opened and closed and opened and closed during the time that I've been here. So I've seen a lot of competition come and go, but I guess that's good, right?
Well, it means either you have figured out how to trick your customer, or you figured out how to make them happy.
Or it means I'm too stupid to give up. That's the problem.
He operating at a loss for a while.
Exactly. Yeah. No, that's
Literally
absolutely
makes
100% right.
hundreds of dollars a year.
Uh-huh.
So, are all you guys from Bakersfield?
Yeah.
Hey, how dare you use that tongue?
Yeah.
Would you say you're
We are, all of
in
us.
Bakersfield?
Pretty much.
Reference there?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
We're definitely stranded.
We can't get out and help. This is a cry for help.
Hey, it's cheap to live here though, and like it's close to everything.
As far as California goes,
Where is exactly Bakersfield? Because I'm a little confused on California. Because as far as
It's
I'm
exactly
concerned, it's like
west
LA.
of. It's exactly 4 hours west of Vegas,
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Is it?
and 2 hours from the beach. It's 2 hours from the mountains. 2 hours from LA.
Basically,
it's
from
just-
Evic, we gotta go north.
So it's exactly
It's-
nowhere where
It's
you want to be.
Up
2
into the
hours
mountains.
north of Evic.
Well, it's like
it's about 2.5 hours, 2 hours to Evic from our location. Yeah,
Oh, okay. So I'm guessing. that
Jesus.
you- Whoa,
Who's got
what's
the
going
ghetto
on?
bird?
that's got to be Ben. That's got to be Ben to help.
I'm sorry.
Because Ben and I live in
by
the
the
same.
county hospital.
Ben and I live in the same neighborhood, and we get those choppers go by and all the time. So
God damn! I wish I had machine guns on them.
Yeah.
so.
That's frowned upon.
Okay, so we got Jerry going from paintball to airsoft, opening the shop in the field. So how did the other three knuckleheads find Guerrilla Airsoft?
It was a Tinder ad, wasn't it?
I used to work with the
You
guy
want
who
to go
said,
first, Joe?
"No, it doesn't matter." Yes, I'll go
No?
first. It was the only airsoft shop to go to. No, I actually used to do a little bit of like recreational paintball way back in the day. My first bachelor party in like 1992 maybe was at a field that Jerry was the head ref at. So did a little bit of that off and on. Played at a couple of Jerry's fields, his indoor fields, and then my son played airsoft for a couple of years and finally got me into it. And that's how I got started.
Fucking Ben, dude. Helicopter.
Dude, Ben's like in the middle of
volume on,
fucking
bro.
Iraq or
Video
something.
on Ben's backyard
No,
right
leave
now.
it,
shit.
man. Watch the
fucking
spotlight's gonna
great.
hit it pretty soon.
So
The spotlight,
like,
yeah.
for me-
The ghetto bird will hit.
Ben's
No,
gonna be
it's-
like, but
it's
I'm
going away.
white.
Yeah, the ghetto bird's going the other direction, so we're good.
Jesus.
All right,
Ben
so,
lives right by the county hospital.
so
So,
since
shit's
Ben's
hot.
his background is all quiet now. Ben, how did you come across Guerrilla?
Well, went over to Joe's house. He's my brother-in-law, and we went over there for a barbecue. And he's like, "Hey, you ever played airsoft before or shot an airsoft gun?" I'm like, "No, but I love guns."
And that's when I sponsored my first player.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you like beer? Do you like guns?
It's like
Welcome.
Yeah, exactly like when Homer Simpson met Gerald Ford. Do you like beer?
yes,
Good
yes, I
reference,
do.
Kaiju.
You know what I love is that Joe has earbuds with an inline mic, but he's leaning forward to his camera as if the camera can hear him better.
I'm waiting for him to do like, the routine.
Because I'm trying to show off my traps.
I want him to do the late '90s like Persian guy where he walks around holding his microphone all the time like this, like the Persian like electronics salesman.
Hey, why are you talking like that?
Yeah,
I don't know why you're
there
saying
you
these
go.
things.
He's gonna
I'm
sell
just
me
up in the
up.
club with the beats, you know?
Yes, y'all didn't know this, but we are actually watching the Zohan here, the white skin version.
I don't know. Sailor's kind of pale. I mean, Was he darkened up for that? Do you think?
I think he tanned a little bit.
Oh yeah.
You know, the Zohan's underrated. That was a funny movie.
I actually it's back on Netflix. I just watched it 2 nights ago. And if you haven't seen it, you need to get that back in rotation. It's a quality.
Oh yeah. So this was your first road trip with me. So remember the big boombox with the wireless mic? I will actually go around and pull it like a little carry-on luggage, and I will go walk up behind people and go, disco, disco, good, disco, come dance with me.
Do you have cut-off shorts? Because if you don't, I have a pair you can borrow.
No, I got the Borat thong on.
Oh, do you? So it goes all the way over the shoulders and splits the testicles in half as it comes up?
Exactly.
Ew.
Gives me camel toe.
I strangely want to see that.
I absolutely do not.
So, Jesse, what about you? How'd you come across Gorilla?
I actually was a paintball player in high school, and so I actually started playing paintball probably my freshman year of high school. And I played for a couple of years, and he was pretty much like the fucking paintball place to go to.
When I was working as a manager at the indoor field, Jesse was like one of the little kids that would come and play at the field.
Oh, so you get your van.
Did he ask lots of stupid questions?
Oh, I tried to get a sponsorship from them one time, and I was just like some fucking rando kid.
Dude,
I was like,
I can just imagine Jesse.
I was only like 14, 15 years old. But
Jesse's like, if the barometric pressure is at 4.2, what is the backspin on a 68 caliber paintball?
What I did is actually, when he said that, like, oh, hey, sorry, we can't sponsor you, I actually went out and like formed a team of kids from like high school, and I hit up. I fucking emailed. I emailed a bunch of places asking for sponsorship, and actually got back.
Such a millennial.
I actually got hit up from a place in Texas. They like sponsored me by sending me a care package and giving me like 30% off. But anyways, started playing paintball, and then that's how I met Jerry, and then played kind of just
true love.
I didn't know there were any airsoft fields locally, and I was just playing with other people from school, because by that time I was going to community college, and I started just playing there. And as far as like meeting these guys, actually fucking just Joe was just some random player at the field, and I had already like joined this like local team, and was like, hey, do you want to join our team?
Were you the rebel guard?
I guess. And then like we're like, you're cool. And he's like, you're cool. And I'm like, he's like, hey, my brother-in-law would like this. So then
he's not cool.
Next week he comes in his fucking real tree camo, and the rest is history.
Hey, he asked if I had woodland.
Can I guess?
All right, when I was asked if I had woodland,
it was gay.
Can I guess the name of the team? Was it random color with random animal part, like green snake teeth or something like that? Like, because
that was way
airsoft team.
It was way gayer than
it's
that.
It's like a formula, or it's like. It's some weird, like, semi-corporate tactical directive solutions or something like that.
No, it was trash, bro. So it was a fucking skull. It was a skull with one of those like
Civil
rebel
War,
like a kepi, like a Civil War kepi, basically.
Yeah, and it was PRG. It was the Rebels Guard. It was terrible.
Wait. Remember when Gio was like, "Are you guys part of the Tiny Rascal Gang?"
Yeah, from LA. I was like, "No, we don't bang, dude." It's fucking
I can
crazy.
just picture some little like 12-year-old Filipino kids shooting up neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Damn, Joe, I'm Filipino.
Whoa, that hit a little close to home.
Well,
I need to
you're
remind
definitely
you
not.
that the debrief is a safe space for all
Kaiju,
of
you're definitely not.
express our emotions openly. Okay.
You're definitely not tiny.
Is it snowing?
So we don't have to worry about that.
That's true. That's true.
So
hey, we had Arnold. Arnold was one of the co-hosts of the shows for many episodes, and he was Filipino also. And the one thing we learned about Filipino people is they love to feed people. So we got lots of food from Arnold when he was on the show.
Dude, I would just keep him on just for the food. I mean, like,
he's just.
Or not, just
dude, why are you looking at me? I'm not cooking for you.
He's
please.
He's just the Filipino equivalent of I have a Filipino friend.
Does that mean
yeah, you have a Filipino friend, so I must know him because I'm Filipino.
Do you know
is that how it is?
He's a Filipino guy. He's from LA. You know him?
Kaiju, do you speak Tagalog or Ilocano?
I only know the bad words.
So if I said to you Maligayang Pasko, would that mean anything?
No.
I said Merry Christmas, mother.
I like I hate to say this, but the only Tagalog I know is what the hookers used to yell in the village in Korea. That was about it. Yeah, I mean, like, it's probably not something you want to say in public.
Wait,
so
can we curse on?
Buku.
Can we curse on your show?
No, you can't, but we can.
No. so well, that all that tells me is that when Joe watches the show, he doesn't watch it from the beginning.
No.
Because there's this whole meme warning about
be nice to others, respect their feelings,
and there's going to be strong language.
Oh God.
Feelings a little bit.
So
Now, Kaiju, I got a question for you, real quick.
Okay.
Now, in the earlier days of the show, I know I don't think you had the parental or the strong language warning, and you tried to shy away from that. Am I correct there, or was I?
That is true.
How'd that work?
That is true. However,
and let me say what you're about to say is I remember when you had Bubba Moore on, and I thought, how in the fuck are you gonna have Bubba Moore on your show and not allow him to curse, because that dude drops the F-bomb every other word, and he's been on our show I don't know what 4, 5, 6 times. So
we need to establish something here real quick. We asked the fucking questions here, all right, motherfucker? Don't you start interviewing us, okay? That's not how this shit fucking works,
I'll stick with that.
We ask the goddamn questions, you answer them. If we're on your show, we'll do whatever the fuck you want, okay? So we got the ground rules established already?
No, yeah, you're correct, and that's when we just started embracing. You know what? Whatever happens, happens. So we're just gonna leave it on there as a blanket. So if your feelings get hurt, I just go, nope. Look at right there on the screen, because we've actually had people on the chat. They're like, oh my gosh, you could have kids watching this.
I hope. I want to teach
if
them
they
about
are,
parents.
it's on the screen. It's warning right there. It doesn't go away.
I blame the parents personally, and the video games and the rap music. That's what's actually.
Dude, Airsoft is some serious fucking grown-up shit. You don't just let your kids be fucking accessing Airsoft podcasts.
This is grown men talking about toys on the fucking internet. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
It's serious.
I didn't curse until I met Jesse.
Never once your entire life.
Not once.
Not once.
I find that hard to believe.
Also, I was young.
No,
yeah, look at his face. Dude looks like Danny Tanner.
You know, I'm a little worried here because all these stories involving Jesse involve young kids and him as like an adult. So, I mean, is there some way that we should know about this or what?
Dude, he has 2 young kids living in his house.
Well, I'm sure they're safe, but more you guys is what I'm worried about.
Wait, are they his or not?
I don't know. They don't seem to be free to leave at any time.
If you're at Jesse's house and you're watching this, blink twice.
Just put a white candle in the window and we'll know to come save you. It's okay.
Man, you guys got some safe space shit up in Colorado.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Whew. Okay, so let's change it up a little bit. So let's ask an airsoft question. You guys ready for that?
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah.
Airsoft? This is an Airsoft podcast?
Yeah.
Wait, what's
Airsoft?
What is that?
Like 2 minutes. All right, so we live at altitude. You guys live at altitude. How is it?
We live at altitude.
Well, I mean, kind of. I mean, you
What
guys
a fucking valley.
400 feet.
Yeah, literally.
That's high.
No, it's like
right?
if you're
I'm just reading the questions off the script here. I mean,
I live on Half Dome. I literally live on Half Dome.
if you're coming from LA, you are driving up, but then you drive back down again. So actually, we're relatively low elevation, but it feels high because you're driving up when you come from Southern California.
Because all the weed smokes makes you feel high.
It is an elevation illusion, absolutely.
Hey guys, you know what's really cool though? If like he asked a question and we like saw where he was going.
Well, so basically what I'm saying is when you guys go play other places, do you have any problems you run into? Like, I don't know, your guns don't pass chrono and shit like that. Anything you run into?
Or you're sucking wind at Copperhead.
Or you're old and fat and can't keep up with the fat guy from Colorado. Not pointing
Yeah.
Last year at Copperhead, I had to clip my spring just to make it past chrono.
Oh.
One of my guns.
So you guys were much thicker than normal. Not used to that juicy air down there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, this past game, there were a couple of guns in past chrono, and they just passed them over to me, and I teched them, got them passed.
Yeah.
But
every one of my guns never.
There was like
passes
3
chrono.
people that didn't pass chrono. I was like, "What have you been doing?"
Have you discovered the quick change spring yet, gearbox? Because that might be in the future. So you don't have.
Yeah, that's what Jesse does.
Every
Yeah.
in the parking lot of the play center.
Yeah, I'm like, I go like this. I'm like,
So
well, that kind of leads to the
It
follow-up.
doesn't really.
It wasn't this.
well
What are
before
you
No, it's
doing?
not. Oh, it's
before we leave the sea level thing, I'm curious. And don't tell them I used to live in California.
Oh.
If
Just
there
told them right now.
if part of California falls into the ocean from an earthquake, are you
Not
guys going to be in the water, or are you guys going to be safe?
Nope.
No,
We're
we'll be
Stark
safe.
property.
we're gonna have
We're
ocean
2
front
hours
property.
and we're 2 hours in a mountain range from the beach.
Okay, so
Yep.
are you planning some kind of Superman 3 type fucking
Yep.
terrorist plot here is what you're telling me right now?
No,
Dude,
but
if
if I
Lex
go
Luthor had
visit,
that plan, I would help him.
if I go visit Bakersfield, I want to know that I'm safe from
From the
falling
big one?
into the
The
ocean.
big one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so that
You'll
makes-
just get something called coccidiosis and be sick for the rest of your life.
Is that where you have Jimmy Cox in your mycosis and control it?
You know,
Do you have a problem with
Are you
that?
a doctor?
Plural coxies in your face, maybe.
Yes.
So the
I know,
follow-up
it's
funny.
question that I'd have to ask you guys is: you guys are kind of isolated from the rest of SoCal to a certain extent. How
Intentionally.
does that create like a different community that you guys are rocking compared, or do you guys kind of meld into the bigger LA, airsoft mess?
What?
So you broke up a little bit, but basically the gist of it is, we are in California. Are we part of the SoCal scene? We play enough games in Southern California that we have friends on a lot of different teams, and just like any place else, when you go to games out of town, outside your normal field, you're gonna meet up with friends and have fun and have a good time. So we fit in because we've been around long enough that we know a lot of people, a lot of games, and we know a lot of the game operators, which I guess helps as well.
And everything's a pretty short drive. I mean, you can go down to, Santa Clarita, and play some games. It's only like 45
Warped
minutes
ups?
an hour. We drive up north and go play at
That's
Hill
the difference
559.
between
559,
California and
yeah.
Colorado. 30 minutes in Colorado is a short drive. In California, 2 hours is a short drive.
I just want to point out it's
Yeah.
45 minutes to the nearest field from where my house is, and it's an hour and a half to the second closest field, and that's north of Denver. Like, it's 100 miles to go airheads. I realize that.
Yeah.
So
Depending on how fast you drive, it's about right for us too.
I mean, I think the furthest I've driven in state to play airsoft was probably about 4 hours ish when I drove up north to play at the EVIC Outpost Game Pod.
Ooh, so let's expand upon that. How I have yet to get to GamePod. I've heard so many cool things about it. What's it like playing there? Is it as cool as it seems in the videos?
It's fucking pretty goddamn big, dude. It's and it was cool. I think the shitty part was for me is when I went up there and visited with one of our team members.
Sure,
who lived up
Thermondo.
north, is that when we went up there, it was fucking hot, and so the circulation there isn't great for fucking hot days. So I mean, you were fucking baking, and they have a room on each side of the building. It's like it has an AC unit. So you can kind of step in there and kind of cool off and not fucking die of heat exhaustion. But despite the fucking heat, me and one of our team members, Mondo, who's occasionally a co-host when somebody doesn't show up.
Mexican Ben.
Yeah, Mexican Ben. So we stayed hydrated at the GamePod game. We had those Jack Daniels, whiskey cokes, and we had the peach schnapps ones or whatever. And so whenever it was real hot, we would just go over there and drink a couple of beers and relax. And then we
Ricky
go back
was there
in
too, right?
I don't know if those count.
Yeah, what was weird is that like after all of that hydration and playing the GamePod all day, my piss was like orange. So it was as if I wasn't being hydrated.
But aren't those fluids? I mean, they're sterile, right? I mean,
Right.
they're like medically sterile fluids, right? Basically.
Yeah,
Being the doctor on the show, I'm gonna go ahead and say yes.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
Joe doesn't get to put his 2 fucking cents in on this because this is a pee issue, not a poop issue. He's a backdoor expert. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, I am, Kaiju. Yes, I
No,
am.
that was Peltast.
Yeah, all day long, man.
That was
All day long.
Peltast. So,
The GamePod's a lot of fun. It's pretty cool.
So, serious question for Jesse, and the viewers can see on his screen his name tape. Seriously,
Yeah.
Is your last name
I'm pointing at it.
Garcia or is it really Gracia?
It's Gracia.
Gracia.
Yeah. Well, you're
Yeah.
clearly not Filipino,
Like
not Hispanic.
gracias.
Gracia is actually
Like grass.
it's like no. So Garcia is from Mexico. It's like a primary Mexican last name, Garcia.
It's a
Gracia
derivative
is
of
actually
Gracia.
a derivative of Spain. Actually, no, it's not. I mean, Spain has a shitload of Gracias, more so than Garcias. It's Spaniard.
So
But
if
you're not
there's-
from
if there's
Spain,
any
so it doesn't
Spanish
matter.
People from Barcelona in our
I
audience,
have
please
family from
Barcelona.
Spain.
especially from
Are you
Barcelona.
Castilian, Jesse?
Yeah.
You
So
talk
quick-
like Mike Tyson.
So Jesse, quick follow up to that. But if you were going to get ice cream somewhere in Bakersfield, where would it be?
The word.
Rosemary's.
Really?
Dwarves.
That's a quick answer. I'm shocked. Back
But
Dwarves.
there's only two places.
Dwarves, you guys are
Yeah.
stupid and
No,
gay.
yeah, I agree with you. I'm a Rosemary's fan, Jesse.
So first off, Dwarves is real good. Boom.
Mhm.
Dwarves is real good. The problem is though, is it's like a lot of shakes and stuff like that, which are great. But Rosemary's
You don't get the
has
shake
all-
at Rosemary's?
Dude, Rosemary's
The fuck?
has fucking shakes, goddamn like big old fucking like what remember Bill and
Banana
Ted's Excellent
splits?
Adventures when fucking Napoleon gets that goddamn Piggly Wiggly ice cream shit? Rosemary's gets down like that. You pay like $15, you have like fucking 10 bananas, fucking a whole carton of ice cream
so
on top of
I
it.
remember when
He likes-
Rosemary was still there.
So,
Yeah.
so what you're saying is Rosemary's is not one of those yuppie frozen custard health ice
No.
places.
It is legit
No.
ass ice
But-
cream, bro.
But
I've
Dwarves-
known many people that worked at Rosemary's, and they said the key to their ice cream is that they put more butterfat in their ice cream than anybody on the planet.
Okay.
Boom.
I put butter fat in my coffee every day.
Don't Google that fact at all.
It is
So
delicious.
I will say, Jesse, Dwarves has been in Bakersfield for over 100 years.
No, it has. It totally has.
So here's
Hey,
the question.
and that's
Pretty
cool.
delicious.
I'm just saying, well, Rosemary's better.
Well, you
Yeah,
guys are-
I agree. A strawberry milkshake.
You guys are close
There.
to Mexico.
Dwarves make good shoes, though.
What we just got in the mall just near where I live is one of the Mexican dessert places. Have you seen this? Where like the giant piles of fruit and like whipped cream and all that stuff.
Fuck
Do you
yeah,
guys
bro,
have any
those
of
are
that actually
good.
going on? 'Cause
We got lots of
Dude,
flan.
it's like fucking Clinton
Wait.
County, like Bakersfield's like 60% Hispanic.
Are you talking about Mexicans in California?
I mean,
Wait,
do you
what?
have any of those there in California?
No way.
Dude, we got everything.
Yeah, 'cause
You,
I
you,
just-
like,
I
you can
just
walk
found-
to.
I just found the joy of taking my son and just like pointing at some random picture on the wall, and out comes this like fruit orgasm from the back of it, and it's just like
Yeah.
spills like cream and sugar and weird flavors and tamarind. It's,
Mhm.
Yeah,
it's
they're on
got
every
fucking
corner, bro.
Frutas,
Every
agua
corner.
frescas.
yeah.
Got the
Hey,
fucking corn man.
I can get
Tacos galore.
I can get corn with mayonnaise and parmesan
Oh, it's
any day of the week.
And that's
Get
fucking
some
bomb.
elote. Oh my
Yeah.
god,
So
it's the best
now-
shit ever.
So I had another question for Jesse because I really thought because when I was around him at Copperhead I'm like, this dude's so quiet, but like on the show he's like
You are incorrect, sir.
no, but
Dude, I was fucking tired
you
of Copperhead,
mentioned
bro.
ice cream and he just fucking lit up. So what I'm thinking is since
I
there
have
wasn't
whiskey,
ice cream
too.
at Copperhead, he was poo poo face.
I kind of feel like an asshole because we had those bomb pops.
Oh.
You're a poo poo
We
face.
we
had
did
bomb pops.
we had bomb pops in the
They were
freezer in our
melted,
house.
unfortunately, so they weren't really
Wow.
bomb pops anymore. They were blobs at that
Thanks
point.
for-
But they still were good.
Thanks for inviting us, by the way.
Well,
Yeah, right?
We did show up to your live broadcast initially at 8:00 when we were told to, but there was like nobody around.
Not to lay the
Dude,
guilt trip
honestly,
on here,
at
but
8:00, we were looking
was-
at each other like,
That
are we
was
still going to do
Jesse's
this?
fault.
We were fucking tired,
I
bro.
walked off the
I
field
was
at
so
7:30
tired.
to be on your podcast. Is all I'm saying.
Oh my god, we
My
were so
sweaty
beat.
panties on. Walked
That
off
was the
camera.
I
worst.
drink a Bang just to show up.
That was the worst podcast in the history of podcasting.
Yeah, it was terrible.
That wasn't that bad, man. Like it can't be.
It was way worse than that.
I haven't even watched it.
Well, the cameraman, he was like all over the place.
Dude, Max
Oh,
was a
and
piece
then
of
he
shit.
abandoned-
Fuck Max.
he
I hope
abandoned
Max
the
is watching this,
podcast.
by the way. Max was the most worthless individual we could have ever relied on for a camera crew. He was absolutely
You
the
should've
worst.
gotten the
Ugly
dude that
pink
was,
shirt.
Wait,
attacked in
Ugly
the parking
person,
lot.
inside and out. Hated.
Kaiju,
Stupid.
we got to go back to this because our cameraman was the same guy that Kaiju came up to us at one point when we were going out for the first or second day, I don't remember, and he said, "Hey, how many guys from the podcast are here?" And I'm like, "Well, Beast isn't here. It's just me, Jesse, and Husky Butt." we're here.
Yep.
And he goes, we'll grab him up, bring him over here. And I'm like, oh, fuck, man, I feel kind of special. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if we're going to have a circle jerk or what, but it's going to be awesome. So we will go over there, and Kaiju brings out these badass fucking Stormtrooper Godzilla. I don't even know what the fuck these patches are.
The SHOT Show patches.
Dude, they're
That's
badass.
right.
Those are awesome.
Yeah. So me, Husky Butt,
And he's like,
Make-A-Wish. All of a sudden, Max materializes like Nightcrawler from the X-Men. Poof. And he's just like there. And Kaiju just goes, okay. And has to give up an extra patch for our cameraman.
He's like, oh, you're Max, huh?
Oh,
Okay.
dude. Who
I still
occasionally
have-
crashes the show once a quarter.
I
basically.
actually have the pew 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 patch on my dash right now. That's kind of my my place of honor. Slowly fading
What?
in the sun.
You mean the 2222?
No, the pew 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 pew.
Hey, I gave you my last Gorilla Airsoft radio patch
I
in
know it's on my
existence.
dash, dude. That's like
Okay.
that's my place of honor. Like sitting up.
I
like-
don't even have that patch anymore.
Yep, now I have it. And if you want it back, it's going to cost you. Is all I'm saying.
So,
Well, there may be some of those still available.
Extra one.
There may be still some of those available at the GorillaAirsoft.com website if you need to check them out.
Is it
yes,
Gorilla
so if you're
Airsoft
watching,
radio?
head on over to www.gorillaairsoft.com.
Before we do
Yes.
that, like, have they actually tested their website that it clicks through to something? Because I keep recommending websites that don't click through to anything. I'm talking
no.
about you guys at ASAP. That's another
It goes-
little jab in the heart, jab in the little kidney there. Did not work.
It goes straight to Pornhub every time.
Pew Hub?
As far as I know, it works because I do get occasionally I do get orders for patches and T-shirts, but not very often.
Well, because that's what you tell yourself when you're not selling them. It's like, oh, the website's down again. I swear to God, everybody's trying to order these things.
Yeah, no, Beast is super worried about the sales reports every week.
So how am I gonna go see this fucking concert? I'm only gonna be able to buy 2 drinks.
How am I going to see the dead Kennedys if I don't sell 3 more patches?
All right, field piece just went up $2. I got a show this weekend.
Yeah, well, Daddy needs gas money.
Bad Medicine is playing in Irvine.
Just trying to jump in people's vans. Like, which way you going, dude? Jimmy, you go back to LA? All right, I'm with you, man.
I haven't done that since I was 20. So.
Beast is like on Futurama and they follow the Bender on the Beck concert tour.
What?
I have bad memories about Beck, man. Like, I can remember being stuck at this giant festival back in the late 90s with Beck playing, and we'll not explain why I couldn't get away from the speakers, but let's just say that there was better living.
What are you doing?
And
What has
through,
Ben doing?
2 hours of his god awful music at like a 15-story stack of fucking speakers next to me. Yeah, I'm broken forever after that.
You went to a Beck? You went to a Beck concert?
No, I was
Dude,
so
yeah,
there used
Beck
to
is
be
cool.
There used to be this massive festival. in DC,
Okay.
the Age of Festival.
Where is that?
Yeah, just saying. It's like the K-Rock.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
For you guys.
Back on track.
No, I don't want to talk about airsoft. Fuck that.
No, we're not. No. This question is for Ben,
You
and it's
cannot
not
know
about
who
airsoft.
Ben question.
Yeah, this is a Ben
Ben's got
question.
I'm kind of
Buddy,
worried.
listen up. Ben's
So-
got a question.
Yes. So Ben, I noticed you're coming up on your 8-year wedding anniversary. Is that correct?
What is Ben?
Yeah.
Wait, is this the first or the second?
Second.
Okay.
Second.
So
No,
second
first.
Okay. So, I mean, do you have a life on social media? Because I don't see you posting at all.
No.
All I see is your wife tagging you in freaking everything.
No, she's a social bug. I'm not. I'm the
I
guy
mean,
in
do
the
you have a
shadows.
job that prevents you from being on social
Ben
media
just,
or what?
ben just
Are you a
does not
secret
a
agent?
type.
Are you secretly
Nah.
working for the government to kill our enemies? You can tell
No.
us. It's okay.
Dude,
I wake up at 3 a.m. and then I finally get home maybe sometimes
That was in my
it's
fridge.
later than like 4 o'clock, and I pass out. There's not much.
What do you do when you're pooping, man? Because that's only when
Ben, that's a hell of a story.
I mean, like, do you read books or something? 'Cause that's weird.
Yeah,
You're supposed to
he
use
reads
Facebook
books.
when you're shitting.
I
He reads
scroll.
scratch and sniff books.
No, that's when I decide who gets a like or who gets a thumbs up and a smiley face.
He's sitting on the toilet with his abacus.
Yeah.
First off,
Yeah.
Doing
the
his
reason
taxes or
Ben,
something.
He can only smell a smiley. He can only spell a smiley face.
He
the
has
reason
the
Ben's
best
never
toilet in
online.
America that's covered with like remodeler and fucking like This American Life magazines and Sports Illustrated on the back of the wall.
Oh,
So-
magazines on it.
So Kaiju, where you're wrong is there are no words in Ben's magazine.
No.
I'm
I like
wondering what he's coming
pictures.
with.
Pictures.
There's no
equals 1,000
schwa.
words.
There's no schwa in Ben's vernacular.
he just looks at shampoo bottles, and he can't read that shit either.
I read the back of those.
The reason-
It's boring.
Ben's like
Reason's never online.
pair of Ben's 081. Fuck that shit.
He's like never
Working on
online
this
because
one
of
Colgate tube
like-
for like 3 months now. I'm gonna finish it any day.
like the only explanation you need is that his wife voted for Hillary. It's got him on lockdown
Oh
God
no!
damn.
Why you had to go there?
because
Don't
that's
go
where it's going.
there.
That's where it's
Oh,
going.
don't go there.
Crap! Now our shit's being monitored by Washington
Yeah.
D.C.
No,
Thanks,
that's-
Jesse.
Jesse,
That's
Now-
literally why.
You
why
had to go say a buzzword.
Be careful. One of
What,
us
wife?
is going to suicide.
Who's gonna suicide? Your wife?
wait, that's why Ben is broadcasting from outdoors. He's in it. He's literally in his backyard broadcasting. Looking around. Look at him. Look at him. He's all suspicious and shit.
all-
He might be stalked by Hillary.
People assume you're indoors. I mean, all we see is the media wall. You don't know if we're like out back on the loading dock, in the basement. Or,
Until you hear a helicopter go by.
So, but what I want to know though from Ben is, under his ball cap, is it like lined with tinfoil?
No, you need tinfoil thong. is what you
Nope,
need now.
that's just gray hair, bro.
No,
28 and gray.
Dude, look how old he looks.
He's
31.
Ben has
Are you
more gray
31?
hair on the top of his head than I do, and I'm almost double his age. Well, not
Yeah.
quite, but
You're at least double
Hannah.
his age, beast.
I get asked the question all the time. Do I dye my beard? And,
Ben's like, do you dye
It
your
just
hair
hasn't turned gray
blonde?
yet.
Gray?
yeah, I dye my hair gray.
Do they have like just for
What's
men in
that?
reverse, where like instead of like slowly fading the gray away, it slowly like brings in some
Yes.
gray? Like,
Yeah.
those are people-
I need it for
Yeah.
my beard.
Yeah.
That's our only sponsorship on the show. It's a hair company called Just for Faggots. Ben's the spokesman.
All right, not
Ben.
top.
It's just
Ben, to
sitting
save money, he
Oh, I'm
doesn't
sorry,
dye his
Ben.
hair gray.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
My
Ben's
hair-
all-
Look, no gray. Sorry, bro.
He's all just because it's so expensive to dye my hair gray. He's all, I'm just gonna get real stressed out all the time.
That's the truth. Oh god.
Okay.
I can't swallow my beer.
so I feel like we're doing our show, and I'm trying to wrangle it back into airsoft, and these guys are just going some
Shut up,
completely
beast.
different direction.
Okay.
It's not your show.
I'll help you out.
Oh wait,
with
I
these.
mean, yeah.
So on a more serious
They're
note,
both.
this one's for Joe. So I've seen a lot of your work on Facebook in the medical industry. What drew you to men's assholes as a profession?
Well,
I think it's to get into do the finger.
I wouldn't call it a profession. I'd call it a love. A passion, if you will.
Pinky at a time.
I mean, like, so honestly, like the only time I've ever gotten the proctology exam was joining the army, and so like, is there like an etiquette? Do you
Also
have
at
to talk
Copperhead,
first?
don't lie.
Oh, I mean, that was more recreational than medical.
I'm literally
You did play
just-
doctor. The fuck?
He used a glove. It's safe. It's okay.
No, seriously, I only do that to unsuspecting victims. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Yeah, no, I corn dog them at every chance.
No, like, is the coolest gift to give a proctologist a fake arm? Because I would think that honestly, when you insert the finger and put the one hand on the shoulder, having the other fake hand on the shoulder would lead to just some excellent conversation starters.
Hey, I'm just gonna say this on down low. If you want to have a great dinner experience, go with a colorectal surgeon. They will show you some pictures. It
Do you
will
guys
blow
go
your
for-
fucking mind.
Do you guys go for sausages, or maybe scrapple, or Rocky Mountain Oyster? I'm running out of.
No.
foods.
No, we're talking like, dude, this came out of this chick's butt. This came out of this dude's butt. I don't know how in the world they got this up this dude's butt.
Do you have a butt box in your office, like on Scrubs?
Hey, wait.
Do you have a butt box?
No, hey, Robert. Mostly it's cancer.
Oh. Way to bust go out there, Joe.
When assholes go bad.
Okay.
Hey, so
All right. Just for that. All
medical
right.
stuff?
We're going back to
There's a
Jerry.
medical-
Be
Okay.
quiet, Jesse. We're going back to Jerry.
Whoa!
So, Jerry, what is Dark Brigade?
Oh, it's gay. It's a gay. It's a name that needs to be changed.
Dark Brigade is the airsoft team that we all play on. That the name is hanging on by its
by you,
by me.
by you.
It's an airsoft team that we started. I started. Well, I was part of going back 10 or 12 years, and these guys came on the team, and we've basically it's just the name of the team. It's the name of the team that we played under for a long time, and lately we've actually been basically playing under the name Guerrilla Airsoft or Guerrilla Airsoft Radio rather than the name Dark Brigade. But Dark Brigade, the name has a little place, has a little place in my heart, and so I'm not willing to give it up. I'm not willing to give it up yet, but I will admit that from a marketing standpoint, it is probably better to use the Guerrilla Airsoft or the Guerrilla Airsoft Radio name for our team.
Branding is like phrasing.
Do you think?
As long as we keep the patch intact, then I'll be okay with it.
We should retire like Kobe's jersey. Jesus fuck.
The only reason that Jerry still likes to have the team is because we already have the banner name.
I'm getting a little worried.
and a backwards sign.
I'm
for the podcast.
I'm a little concerned at this point because you guys normally go about an hour, and we're coming up on that mark right now. And I don't think Joe has the stamina to go an hour or two at this point. I don't think
Joe,
he's got the proper pacing.
I'm going to be dragging Joe along.
Have you guys noticed he's gotten sloppier and sloppier as we've closed in on an hour? I'm just pointing that out.
He's old. He's a real old dude.
Well, can't go the distance.
The thing is, Joe is using his phone. So if he falls and just lays on the floor, he can still hold his phone.
I mean, are they close enough that someone can go roll him over on his side if he gets drunk and
there he
out
is.
his living room? Like, is that can that happen?
Oh, he's getting on the floor. He's on the floor.
He's on the floor.
I was calling him
Except
that
for
he
Joe is
can't
he's going to
get
do
up.
the whole drunk talking to his dog.
Hold down.
Cheeseburger
Hold
thing.
down.
Oh God!
Oh no,
He's gonna put peanut butter on his balls. We know where this is going.
So real quick, a question for all of you, and you can answer it anywhere because each of you have been in the sport a different amount of time. Oh, I'm sorry, hobby. It's not a sport.
It's a sport.
It's like a spork.
At the World Airsoft
Spork.
Championship.
Yeah.
There you go.
What is your guys' favorite venue that you've ever played at before?
Copperhead.
Dude, that's hard.
Copperhead's a great game, but George Air Force Base is pretty fucking awesome. Just because of all the craziness, all the destroyed buildings, it's a very similar AO in some ways. It's just that George Air Force Base has completely fallen apart and been destroyed, whereas the Plius facility is much cleaner and much more. You're not allowed to break windows and doors and shit. George Air Force Base to me is like a war zone and a battle zone, and it's something that I think we're lucky to have in Southern California.
I would agree with Jerry on that because I would rather get a tetanus shot from playing at George Air Force Base than get bit by a rattlesnake.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
Suck it up, Colorado Buttercup.
And
It's not.
I got stung at Copperhead this year before the game even started. Unloading
ouch.
the van, I got
By
stung.
Jesse.
That sounds painful. Ouch.
Bullshit.
So what rest of the Guerrilla Airsoft guys, what do you think as far as AOs?
Copperhead.
Honestly, but it would be between Copperhead and George. The only reason being is because Copperhead, like as far as AOs go, I love that one the most. But probably one of the funnest games that I played as far as immersion and role play went was one of the last year's Milsim West game when they had that insurgency game at at George Air Force Base, dude. That shit was badass.
What kind of role playing
Like,
did you guys do at that Nelson West game? Was there like
so I was a
Guy on guy.
yeah, like
so I was a
yes,
ball
thank you,
guy.
Ben. Come in there. Hit
Well,
that
Ben
right
comes
on
in
mark.
clutch.
Yeah, there you go, Ben.
So I was a villager. So the thing was, is I was a villager, and like I only
He
had
was
an
a cop.
AK and like 2 magazines, and so Jet was recording his stuff at that time, and he was a villager too. He formed a gang, which we all joined. So then the villagers became a gang. We started robbing people who were trying to role play the normal shit, and then we joined the police force and started fucking jacking everybody for all their money and stuff because it was an in-game currency. Well, by the end of that thing, we pissed off the villagers. NATO was pissed off. Rust 4 was pissed off. They all fucking attacked our gang hideout by the end of that thing. It was the fucking most ridiculous, like, hour-and-a-half long siege I'd ever been a part of. It was a lot of fun.
He was mad at me because I didn't join the villagers and become a construction worker.
Is that your option? Like you come to an airsoft?
Wait,
game
why
to
do
be
I
a-
keep seeing
Wait, so there was a villager.
the three of them doing the YMCA?
Yeah, there's a villager, a construction worker, a sailor, and a cop, right? That's what you guys play.
Yeah.
Village.
Yeah.
We have the cop, the gay guy, the
I don't think you knew
construction
much
worker.
about the village people, but they were kind of all the gay guy. I don't know.
what?
So
Joe's recently came out of the closet. So.
Joe's like,
Recently.
there's a cop,
I know,
a
I know.
welder,
You've been out for a
an
while.
airsoft manager, and a faggot. Oh, wait.
Who's gonna lose his
He's all
virginity
that.
first? None of them.
What about Pendleton?
Oh, dude,
Pendleton
yeah.
was an awesome AO.
Wait,
Ben-
but
That was
which range though?
Yeah, it's
That's
a big
the
place.
thing.
Pendleton's huge.
Because
They don't remember.
There's K2, there's
the one-
131.
K2.
Those two.
That's the one they got to go to.
Yeah, and the Marines are fucking savages.
I
They don't
missed
actually
that
give
one.
Names to their range. They just give them numbers, so you can't remember which one's which.
Ben didn't get to go to that, but the game kind of sucked, but that AO was amazing, man. Like
Big and open, or lots of.
no, not even that. Just super dynamic. We had the nighttime ops. I mean, it was
The
definitely
nighttime
difficult,
off was badass.
that was the most fun. That was
That
the
was
first
the
time
most
I
fun.
really enjoyed tracer units. But just being able to do the kind of CQB in the buildings, having the village, like that is the coolest AO. But definitely Copperhead, 100% is the best game for sure. I don't know about the AO, but
What about you, Ben?
It would definitely be Copperhead because I didn't get any nails in my feet. like George Air Force Base. Get one
Ben-
on my right
Ben's
foot,
like
hobble
Jesus.
my-
Step on
hobble
one
my other
nail and
foot.
it ruins the AO forever for you.
Oh,
One
it was
He's
like-
all the field didn't try to crucify me while I was playing.
Well,
Ben's
here's,
like
I was like
Jesus
Ace Ventura
Snowskis.
with fucking nails in my feet.
here's the
so-
thing you got to know
Oh.
about Ben at Copper. I mean, at George Air Force Base, is Ben basically had a pair of skis on his feet that were
horrible.
Nailed
connected
to
with
it.
nails. They were nailed to him. He stepped on one board that had a nail in it, and then he tried to get that nail off, and he stepped at another board, and so he literally had a pair of skis that were nailed onto his boots, walking around trying to get those off. And he's not the first person I've seen. I saw more real world blind man shit go down at George Air Force Base the last time I was there than any game. I mean, they were literally calling emergency situations like every couple of hours because people were stepping on rusty nails. So yeah, it is a dangerous AO, but it's a fun AO.
Or stepping on nails, or making their own doorway through a wall.
Oh, that happens
Nah.
all the time.
See, the problem
Yes.
is the studs in the wall are not that far apart.
They're very
So,
narrow.
They're only like 16 inches, and I
try
can't fit through them myself. So it doesn't matter how big that door is, I ain't
Yeah.
gonna fit.
I saw
Yeah.
I saw actually a video from there with what's his name from Canada, the House Gamers guy, and he was in the attic and he fell through the insulation in the attic halfway through the video.
I've seen that happen at George before. Yeah, that definitely
Ooh.
happens.
Speaking of falling through, Gorilla, you guys were there when Rich from Shrike Tactical fell through in the 747 at the TAC Challenge. He fell through.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Dude, he
yeah.
got fucked up.
They're like, watch out for big holes. And they're like, we didn't see any holes in the plane. What are you talking about?
It's almost like he should
Well,
have
here's-
hung out with Disposable Heroes, who did they for the third time win
Oh.
that this year?
Well, no, second time this year.
Second time this year, third time overall, right?
No,
It's the second time.
the second time, 2 times in a row.
Have I been saying hat trick this whole time?
Well, it's
Saying
because
shit
Gorilla
out?
Airsoft didn't play this year.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you think you guys
Yeah.
take
Actually
disposable
pretty true.
heroes for real? Like,
Je-
I mean,
Je-
I was,
wait,
I was
Have
surprised
you ever
G&G
met
beat
disposable
Tippmann.
heroes?
whoa.
Jesse
first-
was there. The game was just last Saturday. Jesse was
Yeah.
there. Jesse played Op4 at the
No,
last
Jerry,
one.
it was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks.
Two
ago.
weeks
We're
ago.
in the future right now.
Yeah, we're in the future.
Oh, we're in the future. Okay,
Yeah, I know
okay.
you guys are used to that, like just live direct broadcasting, but here at the debrief,
That's right. That's right.
We can broadcast and be in 2 places at once. We have the budget and the technology.
Wow.
Welcome to it. Enjoy it.
Ouch.
Oh.
Ouch, beast.
So about
Ouch.
about a week and a half ago, Jesse was
There
there.
you go. Now you're doing it right. There you go.
Well, so for the first LCTC that our team participated in, we tied for second with them at the plane game. When we went to the train game in Paris, we actually
We
were
can run the
winning
train.
up until the last fucking revolution, and we didn't have any fucking grenades to just blow our way through that fucking thing.
Because we're not
We were
sponsored
losing
by E-Bike or
Yeah.
Enola Gay, right?
You know,
Yeah, no, look at
or
and they
anybody.
fucking,
You might.
they
You
stole
guys
that
might
win
buddy.
from us.
see about
They
joining
fucking
the
stole that
Valken
win from us
Alliance.
by
I'm
like a
just
fucking point.
suggesting it.
They beat us by like a point at that game. That was their first win. And then we didn't participate in this one, so it's basically an asterisk.
Yeah, ask John
It's an
Lou about
asterisk and you
disposable
didn't participate?
heroes.
When is it an asterisk because you didn't participate?
Oh, because they didn't play a
that's
really
DQ.
good team. Because they didn't play a really good team. That's
Oh,
why.
I see how it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I see how
Yeah.
it is.
Gotcha. No, that was when they said they were going to play in a train. I was like, oh.
Ben's mom?
No, I was like,
Good luck with
here's
that.
100 EG67s.
Oh,
Go make
shit.
some ears
I've been
hurt.
saving
Sorry,
these
Ben.
for a while. Enjoy.
Sorry.
Go forth and multiply.
Not the first time.
So, so you guys have
Yep.
shared your favorite venue, but do you have a bucket list venue that you want to go to but never have had a chance to?
Yes.
Yep.
And that would
Broken,
be...
That would
broken
be-
home.
Broken home?
Broken home.
Whoa! You guys have never been to Broken Home for real?
No.
Bitch,
No.
it's 1,800 miles from our
Oh
house.
fuck you! We drove to Georgia last week or 2 weeks.
I
ago.
drove to Georgia before. Not really.
We'll take your budget.
Why the fuck would I drive to
We'll take your
Georgia?
budget.
Have you seen our goddamn van? It literally should
No.
say free candy on the side of it. That's what we want. And we make it all over.
That's what
I wish
Ben's
we had a
flex
van that
says.
said free candy on the side.
I don't have a flex. Wait, yeah, I do.
Ungrateful bitches.
Except yours doesn't have like sparking wires behind your head. and an
So
engine
all of
that's
No.
you
going
want
down
to play
Mm.
at Broken Home.
Ours has sparkling
Well,
wine
so
tabs.
he's saying Broken Home, which I'm totally down for because Broken Home's badass and I love AMS games. They're amazing. But as far as bucket list fucking AOs, I want to go to the fucking UK and play one of
Yeah.
those big ass fucking games where it's like 800
Jeez.
fucking thousand players.
I'm feeling
I want to go to one of those games.
Well,
What about
Jesse-
like Brigitte? Like Brigitte,
Yeah.
isn't that like in
No, see, Jerry's
there you
talking
go.
my language. I played
Yeah.
I played Brigitte 4 years in a row.
No way, no way.
I used to live in Germany for 6 years.
Oh, okay, well,
See, something like that would be
easier,
tight.
right?
I,
I want to
I
go
speak
overseas
German.
and play.
Auf Deutsch and Airsoft, ja.
Ja. Du bist ein Page.
Oh, you know what? Another one would be the tank game in Russia.
I fuck that dude.
Ooh.
Dude, I watched.
Wait,
I swear to
what?
God, so if you guys don't know, there's this game they do in Russia, and if you guys don't know, the rule of Russian airsoft is that Russians don't give a fuck. That's the rule of Russian.
No,
And they
no
literally
shit.
do it on this fucking training ground where they train like an armor brigade normally. And so they just bring out like 50 fucking tanks and BTRs and all kinds of shit. And people play airsoft while they're driving this shit around. I watched 2 fucking kids in speedsoft gear climb up the back of a goddamn tank and fucking dunk a grenade in there with Russian troops in there, and everybody was cool. Dude, they had this technical I saw in one of the videos with a fucking minigun and 220. It looked like a GI Joe vehicle. Let's put it that way. It's something from the 80s, dude.
Damn.
This game is
What I know
ridiculous.
about Russians is they cheated at Airsoft. That's all I know.
Yeah, that game is ridiculous, dude.
Red Storm West, anything involving Igor, it just involves massive cheating.
Go out there and shoot.
Yes, just go shoot people in face. Don't call hits.
So speaking of Igor,
Hurry
guys,
back to CCP.
if you guys each had to pick a sidekick, who would it be?
Ben.
Why, so I can carry your ass?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
like to pick up heavy shit, to carry shit of
Dude, he was
pills,
so
to be on
fast on that.
mule.
He's like, that, Ben.
Ben's back's hurting because he's carrying this fucking podcast so goddamn hard. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
Reach
if
under and
I
carry
wanted
my
a
sweaty
sidekick,
balls.
I'd have Armando because he's younger than Ben.
So he can time travel?
Still does bitch work
He
and he's
does.
funnier.
Wait. Mondo will
Alright, then.
sleep
Not
1,800
as
miles.
funny.
Mondo will sleep 1,800 miles in a row. Ben will stay awake and look at you and go, I
He's
got
all,
you. I got you, brother.
Ooh.
I'll take Ben because at least Ben's awake.
Dude, you know what?
You know what?
Until I'm
Also,
We were
driving.
driving back
Ben
with
has
Ben.
a car.
We almost died like the whole way back because he kept
Yeah.
fucking driving by Braille.
Hey, I saw
You know,
Ben
I would-
wrestle at AMS. I'll take Ben.
I would say I have to agree with Joe. Ben is probably the hardest working motherfucker in airsoft. That dude,
Because I'm
no
fat as
doubt.
fuck.
you give him any mission, you tell him
do
to
it.
carry anything, he will do it and he will carry it. And he's not a real tall guy. He's a little squatty, but he's a little husky. But that dude will carry whatever you tell him. You can tell him to carry,
A
15 ammo,
V6.
15 ammo boxes and a portable respawn point, and he will take it and carry it all the way. And he'll complain, but he won't be complaining
Ben is-
hard enough that you really give a shit about it, right?
Ben
There you go.
Ben is a Bradley with gay tendencies.
Wow.
Here's the actual
Wow.
question that I have to ask: is that how many sandwiches can he carry?
A
mean,
thousand.
like 10
A
Can
thousand
he
sandwiches.
do sandwiches and coffee at the same time? Because we are always looking for
Yeah.
interns here at the Deep.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Ben
Ben
literally
is-
has a sandwich right now.
Ben is
like
in
motor
charge
oil?
of coffee at our events. Ben and I are the only ones that really drink a lot of coffee at our events, and so he is primarily
Wait,
responsible
are
for
you
boiling
not
the water, right?
So he can boil water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he'll make.
I can
See,
percolate it.
Fritz,
He
Yeah,
he
Fritz
burns
is
that
suck.
shit
Ben can
every other
boil
off.
water.
You suck,
Hell
Fritz.
yeah.
I swear, we gotta look. We gotta look for another intern. Fritz is not
He's
hanging.
going back in the fucking gimp like, chest. We're putting it back in.
Ben is like our 7-year intern.
Do you like it all
Dude, I-
depends. It all depends. Do you like motor oil? Because that's what I fucking make.
That's what I like. That's why it's so delicious.
I've never seen
I like
Ben
oil
smile
to,
so
like,
much.
to rub on yourself. Or like,
He's getting all this fucking praise heaped upon him. He's all, wow, this is what it feels like to be loved.
It's the whiskey. It's the whiskey.
Ben's like the water boy.
I'm not driving,
My
so
friend. Ben's gonna walk back into his
that
house.
raises a question, dude. You guys you're often having a cocktail during your show, and you're doing it at the store. So you guys must have to hang out for a while after the show, or do you guys just?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Sleep in the
absolutely.
show?
All the time.
Oh, yeah.
We Uber home.
Or
Nah.
is there like a wife that do the wives take turns like picking up a
That
bus
too,
drunk
yeah.
guys?
Yeah, that happens.
no.
We ride
Of
bike
everything,
home, lifts, Ubers,
Wait,
SpaceX.
bird scooters.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
no. I can see the
walk
social
the last 5
media
miles.
post now from Camilla. Tags Ben driving my drunk ass husband home from the podcast.
I just see it like a soccer mom van pulls up and there's like juice boxes on the seat to sober up.
Dude.
And like granola bars and shit takes
Orange
them all
slices.
Hey,
Capri Suns.
Kaiju.
It's Capri Suns.
Ben has a maroon Ford Flex.
What the hell is that?
Isn't it? It's that penis looking. It's like a
Yes.
minivan, but it doesn't
No.
have any lines to it. It just looks like a dog.
It's a minivan that holds ice chests for beer.
So basically, it's an eggplant with wheels.
It's a modern day station
Just like
wagon.
Ben.
Modern day station wagon.
I think you officially give in your man card if you drive a Flex. It's almost as bad
Hey,
as
you know
driving a
what?
Dodge
Well, he
Charger.
doesn't anymore. Now he's got a man truck.
It got us to AMS
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah, no.
You
Yeah, it did.
So, Joe, I know you're holding out on us, man. So, what
You
is
want my penis this early?
no?
Oh.
What beverage do you only bring out on very rare special occasions?
Like for people you like, not this group.
Oh, no one's ever seen this, so I feel kind of bad. It would be a nice Ventu wine, which is an organic unfiltered wine from the Central Coast of California.
I
God.
think we're seeing some
That's so
overcompensation for
gay.
Joe.
And I get called
gay.
gay.
Oh,
He claims to be a whiskey guy, but I'm hearing a lot of wine talk. Is all I'm saying.
I'm a new whiskey guy. I'm learning whiskey from Jesse.
Oh, queer.
No, it's whiskey's all new. That's a total new thing
It
for me.
burns so
Yeah.
much when it goes down my throat. Is it supposed to burn this much?
I'll be back.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts.
Oh my gosh, come over here. Come here, look, I have a penis.
Oh! I remember
Sperm
ordering
doesn't
my
burn
first
this
drink.
much. This is so spicy. This is like a Mexican man's sperm.
Oh my goodness. So
You fucked with the wrong podcast, Kaiju.
speaking of podcast,
Does he know we can edit? Did they know that?
no, we don't
You
tell him
can't
that.
edit enough.
No, so okay, so you guys, Guerrilla Airsoft Radio podcast, are you at 2222 yet?
What does that
No.
mean?
No, episode.
Not yet.
You're at what?
Oh,
200?
We are
212.
212, yes.
212.
Yeah.
You're 10 away.
So who?
we're the
who
longest
had-
running airsoft podcast in history.
Don't go
That
there.
was turned down by Guinness Book of World Records.
Turn down.
They,
Yeah.
you know
But
what?
they
You know what?
applied. They still
They-
applied.
You know what they
want some
said?
money to be a record.
You know what they said, Kaiju? They said that is too specific. I was like,
What?
you have the world's fattest twins hula hooping as a record, and the longest running airsoft podcast is too specific.
Yeah, somebody who
Yeah.
shoots the fucking like farthest spit wad.
So that
Like, what the
motherfucker
fuck?
that runs Turkmenistan or whatever, who built like the largest glass, Phasian, like the largest indoor Ferris wheel, like he gets a record, but you guys don't. It's fucking
Indoor
bullshit.
Yeah, it's fucking BS,
You know what?
dude.
That shows our legitness.
So
Stick it to the man.
who thought it would be a good idea? Hey guys, let's get together every week and talk to people on social media. I mean, where did that all start?
Well, they're so old that,
That-
they probably said
that
like,
was-
It obviously
MySpace
wasn't me.
That was
is how
me.
they first started.
That was me. I started the social media aspect of it.
Yeah,
They're like,
that
what's this
definitely.
So-
MySpace thing, and can we talk to people on it?
I was like, "Can I take selfies?" I'm down.
So what happened was, this is about I don't know 12 or 13 years ago, when I was kind of and I use the word transition loosely, but we were transitioning in our business from
To a female.
paintball into
Hey, look
airsoft.
at my boobies.
And I needed to educate myself about airsoft. And this is, like I said, probably 2005, 6, 7, somewhere in that range. And I had tinkered with airsoft for years previously, but never really got into it hardcore. And I could tell that airsoft was the next big thing. And I was actually, even though I was actually playing competitive paintball, I was kind of like, this airsoft thing looks pretty cool. I think this is something I might want to do. And so our business started getting more and more into airsoft. And so how do I learn about airsoft? So I found this podcast called OPSEC Airsoft Radio. That's so-called the voice of SoCal Airsoft. And there were some other airsoft podcasts out there. There's 3 out there. And it inspired me to like, okay, I'm using these guys are my tool to learn about airsoft, and they talked about new product and games they went to. And at some point I thought, this is cool. This is something I would like to do. But I don't know how I'm going to do it. Here's the thing. Here's the secret to Guerrilla Airsoft Radio. Here's why. The reason why we have the drink of the evening is that I'm a super, super shy guy. I'm super
Alcoholic.
reserved. I'm super reserved. The reason why nobody knows, so I've been to SHOT Show like the last almost 15 years in a row. Nobody knows me because I don't say anything because I'm super shy. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to do a podcast. And I saw these guys from OPSEC and they're drinking on the show. And I thought, this is great. And then I started listening to this other podcast called Dig Nation from dig.com. And they would drink on the show. And I thought, I can do a podcast about airsoft and this would be cool. But I'm lazy. I'm slow. I'm a procrastinator. So I don't know. I started experimenting with some different things about doing the podcast, recording some sample episodes, and then the first episode of Airsoftology came out. And at that point, because if for those of you guys don't know it, Airsoftology was a podcast before it was a YouTube channel, right?
Is
And
Airsoftology
so
like some kind of popular show that people watch?
something I may maybe if you
Something
follow
like
a little
that.
bit of airsoft, you might have heard of it, and I wouldn't say that they inspired me to do the show, but they're the ones that kind of kicked my ass to make me do it and get off my ass and actually make it happen. And so a SHOT Show was coming up, and I want to say this was like 2009, 2008. I don't remember, 2009, I think. And I was, I thought, you know what? I've listened to all these airsoft podcasts, and nobody really does interviews at SHOT Show. And I'd been to SHOT Show before, back when I was in the paintball industry, and so I thought, you know what? Let me go. I want to get a couple of episodes in the can. So when I go to SHOT Show and I try to get interviews, I can say, "Hey,
did you say in the can?"
Hold on, Jerry. Hold on. Okay, we're back on you because that whole time you were talking, it was just Ben on the screen pretending to be you, and it was hilarious. So I had to get Ben to stop whatever he was doing so you could come back on the screen, Jerry. So Jerry, please continue.
Okay. I don't need to be on the screen as long as you can hear me. It's all right. So, but anyways, I thought, you know, if I want to launch this show, I want to start it off with some interviews from SHOT Show, and so I wanted to have a couple of shows already out there so I could say, because at the time I thought it would be a big deal if I could say, hey, I have a podcast and we're actually on iTunes and blah, 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 blah. So we got a couple of shows in the can. We did SHOT Show, and I want to say 2008, 2009. I don't even remember when it was. And that's kind of where the show started. And I'm sure there were people that were media there covering airsoft, but I want to say that I kind of think that as far as like live recorded interviews from SHOT Show from the airsoft, I think I was the first one. I don't think anybody.
Because I mean, even Jonathan from Airsoftology, he didn't start doing live till like a few years ago.
Well, I wasn't live, but I did record interviews at the show and then play them back on the show. And I think it was the next year that I went. It was the first time I met Jonathan, and we've been acquaintances ever since. But yeah, no. So that's kind of how it started, and we've had a lot of different hosts over the years. Did not start off with the guys that we're currently running with. Started out with just some random guys that were playing with me on the team in Dark Brigade before these guys joined Dark Brigade, and had different characters. And at some point, these guys kind of like, I think one at a time, kind of like guest hosted on the show, and over time, the other guys kind of quit and got out of the game, and these guys were still active and playing, and so they became the solid crew that we have now. And I think these guys have been on the show for like 120, 130 episodes.
5 fucking years, Beast.
I do have a bone to pick with you guys a little bit because
sure.
I know I'm a newcomer to the Airsoft podcast community. Can we call ourselves that now? There's like 3 of us. There's 3 shows, so I guess we're a community now. We all hang out together. There's a secret club. Yeah, totally. If you guys didn't know, secret
Airsoft. Like Grinder for Airsoft.
But for people who bullshit on the internet. But yeah, you guys started the tradition of the cocktail while you talk for Airsoft.
Yeah, the drink of the evening.
Yeah, everybody does that.
That's all I do.
Does it? The Wolverine guys do it when they do their question and answer. Even though it's like, I think that they do their shit at like 2:00 in the afternoon. So aren't they at work?
Yeah, they are.
My question, like,
they
is
are.
that okay? And so honestly, like, I keep getting asked that by people, and my answer is just like, I gotta drive home. Like,
Hey,
like,
you know who
do
else
this
did
in
that?
my house is the only reason we don't drink on air. But like,
Remember,
do you guys
Drinking
feel pressured
Bros.
to have your cocktail?
Drinking Bros.
Part of the tradition?
Drinking Bros with Matt Best started a podcast when
Oh,
they were
that's
recording
right.
ours, and they started doing drinking too.
They copied us.
They did.
Well, even Gun Gamers, E-House.
Do they have cocktails now?
E-House, he always has. He loves whiskey.
Are we gonna have to have the mocktail of the day? Like we're gonna have to have like Shirley Temples or Roy Rogers and stuff from now on in here?
No,
That's
that's gay. That's gay.
So
That's what you call Jack Daniels.
So getting back to the podcast, what are some traditions that still carry on today from back in the day, and
Buggery.
in addition, what are some of those traditions you want to get rid of
Buggery.
that just
Buggery.
won't go
I
away?
think the buggery was the answer to both of them.
Buggery is the answer across the board.
I mean, really, as far as traditions that we still do, obviously our drink of the evening has been there from day one. We used to follow a lot of like military news, tactical news. We actually, for some reason, we thought it was a big, interesting news story to cover the U.S. Army's transition from UCP over to Scorpion, or multicam Scorpion, whatever you want to call it. And so that used to be a big thing. We used to have a segment called the Airsoft Darwin Awards, where people did stupid things, basically, like people that
Same with Dumpy, right?
Well, here's the thing. I started doing it called Airsoft Darwin Awards, and then where people do stupid things with airsoft guns, and then Thumpy came in and started doing it, and he did a much better job. So I decided to let him roll with it, and I stopped.
You gotta love Thumpy.
Yeah, and Thumpy is one of your biggest fans that like watch your podcast.
Oh my god,
he's been a fan
Thumpy,
with us from a
Thumpy's
long
legit.
time. And he doesn't come to SHOT Show anymore, but he used to, and I used to meet him every year. He's a really, really cool dude.
I actually
like
get to
Thumpy
see
more than I
Thumpy
like
this
us.
weekend. I get to see him at
Are you going to
Faluda.
South
Do you
Carolina?
guys get to have like a thump party?
Fulda?
Yeah.
No, we have those every
Bump
weekend.
that down.
So,
I
like Thumpy more than these guys.
as far as we've always had just basic news and reviews and interviews, and I think SHOT Show has been our most consistent thing, that we always do that every year. And to be honest, and I'm sure Jesse will continue on the tradition, I'm going to apply for our press credentials like I always do, but I don't know if I'm going to go. This may be the first year I don't go to SHOT Show, and the reason is it's the same fucking thing year after year. It's boring.
You're ruining
Hey, Jesse.
the secret.
It's boring, but I'm gonna get the credentials, and I may go, only so we can all hook up and talk to each other at the Elite Force party, which is probably the best party at SHOT Show,
Oh,
right?
I don't know about that.
There is no
Did I
policy
never
SHOT
get
Show.
invited
There's no
to?
drinking.
Whatever.
No one has any fun at SHOT Show. I'm there to work.
Jesse.
That's it.
The party at the gun shop in Las Vegas. What was that doing to the Chris Vector show?
Yeah,
Crytek.
Crytek show, yeah.
Crytek.
That's
That
at
was
Machine Gun Vegas.
Machine Gun
Machine Gun
Vegas.
Vegas. There we go. Yeah.
Battlefield
No.
Vegas. Is it Battlefield? Is that the one?
No,
Nah,
Machine Gun
Machine Gun
Vegas. Crytek and Chris Group always go to Machine Gun Vegas because Tim
Drunkest interview
Sargent.
ever.
So this goes back. So Beast will remember this. So Tim Sargent used to work. So Tim Sargent is now at Chris Group. He used to work for Airsoft GI when Bob the Axeman Hildebrand.
Oh, that's a while back.
That's why they had the
GI.
term versus Bob.
He's from Bakersfield.
Real super Bob, the Axeman Hildebrand, is from Bakersfield.
Yeah.
He is a hometown guy, but he moved down to LA for whatever reason.
Never-
The trend that people
never
that
met
are
him.
From Bakersfield, they don't actually live there anymore. Have you noticed that? People are from.
I like the band.
Hey,
band
Kaiju, have you ever seen the movie with Tom Hanks where he's stranded on a desert island?
Yes.
And there's an outhouse that watches up on shore, and he says, Bakersfield! That's what we're famous
Joe,
for.
Joe is fucked up. Joe, you are officially fucked up.
I'm just gonna cut in on that. But what was the name of his little companion, the volleyball Wilson?
Wilson.
Yeah, like he fucked that.
We've got
volleyball.
one of those.
I think we all need to admit that volleyball got some love from Tom Hanks.
It had a nice hole in the middle of it, didn't
You
it?
know what I mean?
They got some love from Ben.
So, just kind of on that same theme, what are like the biggest, like the ideas that have fallen flat and been the kind of the biggest failures? Like, let's do a
Gorilla
podcast
Airsoft
from a
Radio.
moving truck or something like that. Like, what has really not panned out hardcore?
Copperhead 5.
Trying to be sober for an airsoft podcast.
I don't know. I have a hard time with that one. What has not worked
Ustream?
out?
Ustream was
Ustream. Okay, well, Ustream that, but that's
YouTube.
really different. That's no different than what we do now with Facebook. But yeah, we started out.
Ustream had like 0 viewers, bro.
We started out with Ustream. That was
Who does that anymore?
when we first started doing live show. I don't think they exist anymore. I don't think.
They have fucking automatic commercials, and you can get any monetization.
Oh yeah, automatic commercials. I forgot about that shit. That was awful. Yeah.
Oh, wait, they just put commercials
That's like
in the middle of your shit.
that's like saying MySpace.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fucking retarded.
MySpace is still around. I think I got an account still.
Really?
What are you, Justin Timberlake?
He's like 20 years ago, man. I don't fucking know.
No, it's like
honestly, that's it. I mean, as far as stuff that we used to do consistently, I mean, I used to really try. Here's the thing: I used to try to do like comedic like sound clips and stuff in the middle of the show, and that was retarded. So I got away from that. That didn't work. But
I tried crickets for a while.
You need a really talented sound guy to do that because he's got to.
It's hard. It's hard to run the show and do that at the same time. So yeah, it didn't really work.
So
one of the other failed things was like organizing the podcast as far as like editing and stuff.
We tried to have structure, but we failed.
Like making it pretty and all that kind of stuff. Like that was a failure.
For sure.
So do you guys
tried to be on time.
Kind of hit.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, has this become all that you want it to be? Do you see it growing more?
Oh my god!
I mean, like,
dude.
how do you
Okay.
feel so far that you're now
The idea of ever getting sponsors, like that's
here's
never happening.
Here's the problem: we don't put enough effort into it. We don't make any effort to make the show better. We just show up and do the show. There's been times when we literally all of a sudden hit record or hit stream, and we're literally on Facebook, and I have no idea what we're going to talk about.
Well,
we have no clue. Sometimes
here's the deal.
I've tried to work with like some stuff, like to help with the podcast and like whatever. And what I'm quickly learning from like dealing with like different places is that everybody talks a lot, but like doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah.
So
well, here's the problem. Jesse or Beast wants to be a mechanical pencil. He wants an eraser, and the rest of us are Sharpies. We're just gonna put it out there, and it's permanent.
I think Sharpie might be a little generous. I think crayons probably the term.
I love that.
You can't erase crayons either. So.
Oh, you haven't seen those Mr. Clean erasers, have you?
Yeah, we're all former stay-at-home dads, so we know all about that. We'll get your shots here at the deep.
Are you a stay-at-home dad,
I
Kaiju?
was, and I still am.
Yes, I was.
So
I was.
dude, that's dope.
We were
It's like fucking Mr. Mom.
Yeah, no shit, dude.
I did that for a couple of years. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Dude, if there was,
there is.
Dude, honestly,
Yeah, there
if there
is.
was like
Let me
some sort of
explain it to
sugar
you.
mama that was getting paid like super good money, and they're like, "Hey, babe, I need you to stay home and like quit your job."
Dude, I
I'd
was
be
a
like,
ca- I've been
when
a
do you want me
cat
to put in
man
my
for
2
like
weeks
5
notice?
years.
No.
My wife goes to work. I make her lunch. I fucking make her coffee and shit. I take the kid to school. Wash my soaps. It's great, man.
You're not Mr. Mom.
She's like,
you're Mr.
she's like,
Bitch.
you better have dinner. She's like, you better have dinner ready when I get home. That dick better be hard.
Oh, dude, I'm down for it, man. I like, first of all, I'd like to point out, John Luke can back me up on this, along with Matt Max and Mark. This guy can cook, and he's worth having cook for you. That's all I'm saying.
Who?
Me.
Mm.
Oh,
dude.
really?
Oh yeah.
You're like-
oh yeah. So
What? No, hold on. What's your signature dish?
okay.
Breakfast.
What's the shit?
No, he
What kind of
makes,
bread?
He makes shit up. So Friday night at Irene, John Lou brings over Max Mullen and Mark Colazos, and I literally like the night before we went and bought ingredients. I thought and trusted that Peltest had made this before.
Nope, never done it.
And he's trying something new with the VIPs at Irene. I'm like, I'm fucking dead.
No,
It's gonna go bad.
To be fair, it wasn't like outside my comfort zone. It was just a couple pork loins glazed in teriyaki on the grill, and then
He made
a little fucking coleslaw on top for some sweetness.
pork
flavor.
teriyaki sliders.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't any big deal.
Damn.
Pork tenderloin. He like marinated it and served it on Hawaiian
It's
buns
been-
with coleslaw. I mean, and Max is a Muslim. He's like, oh my gosh, but I'll eat this pork all day long.
Wait, did you say Max is a Muslim?
Yeah, I straight up fed a Muslim pork. It was so good. I got a Muslim.
What?
pork.
Wow.
That's how good my cooking is.
Wait.
I'm just saying that right
Where did Beast go?
now. He just took off. No,
He just bounced.
Are you guys coming down to Avalon for real? Or are you guys not making that trip?
Where is that?
Texas, Overwatch.
That's in Texas.
That's only
damn.
1,500 miles from
Well,
us.
when's
So
the next time we're going to see you guys? Are you guys going to make reindeer?
No, they need to come down
On
to Evic when
Pornhub.
we're down there.
Oh, Evic. If you come down to I will cook for you if you come down to Evic.
That's a realistic possibility. We may do that. At least
Oh,
Jesse.
for Airsoft Con? That's for Airsoft Con, though.
Yeah.
Ben.
Yeah, we're not celebrities. We don't go hang out with all the cool kids.
We go home to bed. And
We are
we
the
go
cool
to-
kids.
we have a small budget, so we actually have to share the same bed after events.
You have a small budget. Come on.
Our budget doesn't matter. We share the same bed.
No, we share the same tent.
Hey, we sleep in a tent too
We
when
s-
we go to events.
We share the same bin.
We do not share the same bed.
Yeah,
We have
Ben's
separate
Ben's little booty pocket.
Oh yes, we do.
So,
Nah.
as you know, this has been fun, but I have one more question for all of you.
Jesus.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going to put you guys on the spot, and I want to know, between all four of you, can you name, and this is because of you, Jesse, just because you're a smartass. Can you name all the Marvel movies from the Marvel Cinematic Universe that have currently been released?
God damn.
Do it in order, and I want you to remember.
Oh, they don't have to do it in order. I want to see if they can do them all.
Captain America.
Okay, let me start off with this and say I don't do superheroes, so I'm out. But Jesse, he's the man. He can do all of them. He can do all of them.
All right,
I've seen every one.
What you got? Come on.
Jesse's Googling it right now. That's what he's doing.
No,
he's
I
no
would
longer
say,
looking in the camera.
Iron Man
no.
1, 2, and
I'm trying to
3.
think. There were-
Jesse has it tattooed on his dick.
He's
Trust
just gonna
me.
say Avengers in numbers. That's all he's gonna do.
No,
Come on, Jesse.
I
Come
can't
on,
remember how
pull it
many
out for
fucking
us, bro.
Hulk movies there were. I want to say there were 3.
There was a
Those aren't
But
MCU, though.
only one is part of the MCU.
Yeah, those
Right.
aren't
I mean,
MCU.
there were 3 of them.
The
There's
Incredible
one
Hulk
part
is the
of
only one that's
MCU,
part of the
Eric
MCU.
Bana got
and then
tattooed.
that one had
The
fucking
Incredible
Edward
Hulk.
Norton, they
The
fucking
Incredible Hulk is the
got rid
only
of
one that
him.
counts in the MCU.
Eric
And
Bana
then-
was the best Hulk.
And then of course you got like fucking 3 Iron Man movies, and in order I don't know, but there's like fucking 3 Thor movies. You got like fucking 3 Spider-Man movies. Fucking
No.
No, there's only
Don't
There's only
forget
2.
Ant-Man, Jesse.
Only 2.
huh?
Ant-Man.
What?
Yeah, there's
Oh,
2 Ant-Mans.
There's 2 Ant-Mans.
There's 2 Ant-Mans.
The Wasp. Right?
Bitch,
that is
I'm
one of the
almost
Ant-Man
50.
movies. You're
Come on.
naming the same movies now.
Yeah, okay.
2 Guardians of the Galaxies.
Yep.
1
Yeah.
Doctor
Right.
Strange.
1 Doctor
You know,
Strange.
I'm like on the other side of it. I actually think Doctor Strange is like one of my top 3.
Except the
Yes,
problem is
yes.
it's
Wait.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
My,
What's his
Oh wait, so you guys
wife,
are forgetting Black
Crumpled
Panther
up.
for obvious reasons.
my
Black
wife
Panther.
actually watched it yesterday. She hates this shit, but she loved the Doctor Strange movie.
Well, yeah, because it has Benedict Crumbledump.
Yeah,
Humble
he has
Dump?
Yeah, like
Bubble Bitch is in it.
Grundled
I don't
up,
know.
Crumblesnatch.
Grumble.
What's his name?
He's a great actor.
Cumberbatch.
Cumbersnatch.
Grumble douche.
Oh my god.
Benedict Bumberbomb.
Bumbleclick.
Bubble bottom. What the fuck?
He is just so dreamy.
Yes, he has great hair.
My goodness.
It's gray on
wow.
the sides.
You
It's
know
like
what needs to be
Ben.
part of the
It's like Ben,
fucking
but his
MCU
I'm
gray
now.
on
gonna
the
mark
top.
that down as a failure. So you do.
I-
That's
I
a
think
failure.
Jesse
Yeah.
failed.
Yeah, he failed hardcore.
I'll give
He
him
didn't
a-
try
I'll give
very
him a- I'll
hard.
give him a D minus. Jesse
I
got a D
honestly,
minus.
I didn't try at all.
If Jesse had done it, we were gonna hook him up with one of our new prizes that are gonna be coming.
Jesse, you're disappointing us on the podcast, man.
No giveaways.
God damn
Nobody
it.
is getting anything in the chat because Jesse fucked up the question.
The chat's blowing up like they're all like naming all the movies right now in the chat.
They want free shit.
No, like
Jesse,
if you would have asked
no
me
one else. Jesse from Gorilla
before
Airsoft Podcast.
I
is
had
the
all the
reason you're not
whiskey,
getting stuff.
I would have maybe cared because I just don't care.
He made
I
me
mean,
go to that
like,
movie
you
at
could
the
be
theater.
like, "Oh, I was gonna give you the fucking minigun. Well, we're gonna give you one more try." I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't answering shit.
So before we
I have
wrap
no.
up, is there anybody you guys like to give a shout out to? Where can everybody find you guys besides GorillaAirsoft.com? Did I get that right?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
There's GorillaAirsoft.com to buy patches and T-shirts and shit. GorillaAirsoftRadio.com to listen to the website. But more than anything, just go to the Facebook. Just look us up on Facebook. That's where you see all the live streaming shit.
Normally on.
And any we generally have a new show out every other. We broadcast live on Facebook every other Thursday, approximately, because we are, other than myself, these other guys do have jobs outside of the airsoft industry, so our schedule varies a little bit.
So we have a
but
chance to catch up.
We will catch up.
our goal, yeah, we don't do them every week. We only do them every other week, thanks to Airsoftology inspiring me to do them every other week instead of every week. Our goal is to do at least two shows a month. We again live on Facebook, and then we'll have the show released on basically every possible place where you can download podcasts. So you're looking at
Pornhub,
Stitcher, iTunes for sure, iTunes, Stitcher, any place where you can get podcasts, we're there. And check it out and go check out the back catalog. And I think mostly what's listed is the last 100 shows. And for those of you who guys are really sneaky and you want to go to the real early shows, like episode 1+, our hosting service is Libsyn. So I don't know if it's like Libsyn/Grill Airsoft Radio or some kind of shit like that. You can check it out. And the old shows that are over 10 years old are there. You can check those out as well.
Why do I feel like it's going to be like South Park when you watch early episodes? Will be shadows behind them and they'll move all blocky and stuff like that.
Yep, that's us.
Well, they were strictly audio back then. No, definitely no video until.
If they come to Colorado,
I don't know.
We'll take them to South Park.
We'll take them to South Park.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have ourselves a time?
The show more if it was just audio. I think
You know why that's you know why I would like to say that's awesome, but we were fucking invited to SpaceX. We used to have a listener who worked for SpaceX. He invited us to come down to Hawthorne. We fucking did not do it, and now he works in Florida. So we fucked up.
It's like an hour and a half up the road. It's not that big a deal. Coming in the Springs, we'll take you out for a good time. Trust me, it's not. As
I was just there this summer.
Is Ross from Titan Milsim in that area? Because he's good friends with the show, right?
He is.
Yes.
I did not connect with him when I was in Colorado. Oh no, wait, I did. We went and had beers together. What am I saying?
Incoming.
Ross is a cool dude.
Ben, get your fucking ghetto bird out of your neighborhood. I hear the helicopter. Yeah, no,
I think Joe.
Oh my god.
I think Joe is fading. Joe's fading fast.
So we're gonna
thank you guys.
Take a nap. We're gonna let Ben run from the cops.
Yeah, I can't hop the fences.
And Jess is gonna have to deliver some presents soon because it's getting close to Christmas with that lovely white beard.
No, that's Jerry.
Sorry, Jerry. Did I say
yeah, you said Jess. No, Jess likes little children. Jerry is Father Christmas.
Yes.
Doesn't Father Christmas also like little children?
I like the
Not
bad guy.
necessarily. Not the way Jesse does.
Jesse, he's more of a pick them up on the side of the street and not bring them home type.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I used to be Catholic. That's my excuse.
Oh
He's
my
like,
God.
All right, guys.
This
Father
definitely
Craig over there.
was probably the most fun.
The worst
podcast
ever.
The most non-airsoft podcast or show ever, probably.
I think we talked about airsoft guns for a couple minutes, didn't we?
We didn't talk about guns. No, we just talked about.
We did it wrong then.
Okay,
we just talked about locations. That's it.
So if there's anybody out there who's never heard our show, it's mostly like this, but it's just a tiny bit more airsoft than this. Not much, but a little bit.
That's funny.
That's so gay.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
We'll catch you guys later.
And thank you for keeping us up late just so we could hang out on Pacific Coast time.
So we can erase this entire podcast and never recorded broadcast it ever.
Oh my goodness. All right, guys. Take care.
All right, sir. Thanks for having us. We appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thank you. Later.
Well, man, that was crazy. But
that was the drunkenest.
So we're gonna go to a quick commercial because I just drank everything in this tanker and I have to go to the bathroom. But we're going to be right back after this commercial break to do events.
A little preview of the bacon commercial.
No, we're back over here, dude.
Are we over here now?
Yeah, we're over here.
A little bacon. No, is it that one?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right, we're going to be right back after this quick commercial break.
Really? You do that? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
Joe, from Valken.
At 3 o'clock in the morning?
Whoa.
Give me this. Hello? Who is this?
Joe with Valken.
What are you wearing, Joe from Valken?
Hoodie and shorts.
She sounds hideous.
Well, he's a guy, so...
Hey everybody, welcome back. I feel better now that I went to the bathroom.
Did you go to the bathroom?
I did.
Because it definitely smells like you just went here. Like I'm not.
No, it was number one.
Was it number one?
It was just number one.
Because I've been blowing up the studio.
Yeah,
for the
you
last 2
have.
hours. I don't know what it's. My wife made this buffalo chicken dip this weekend, and you know when, like your wife makes something for a party and leaves it in the fridge, and then it's like your lunch for the next like 6 days. Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
Yeah,
my tum's not liking it.
So we've come to the point of the show where we're going to do events because you guys need to know where you're going to play.
Are we gonna like airsoft events? Like.
Yeah, now
like
we're actually going to do airsoft stuff now.
Okay, so this is the airsoft portion of the show. You can turn off now. All right, coming up first, the ever-famous Faluda Gap.
Faluda.
Airsoft scenario. October 11th to 13th, Appalachian Region, Command Decisions War Game. Actually, you're there right now, right?
Yes,
right
it's
now,
this
as we
weekend.
speak,
It's this weekend.
You should have winged in by now. You're probably in a van on the
This
way.
is a hologram of myself.
It's an astral projection. Ooh, you like that one?
Oh, that was a good one.
He's Professor Xing it from a white van somewhere between New Jersey and North Carolina. Right yeah, really cool place. It's at Command Decisions War Game Event Center, Taylorsville, North Carolina. We've talked about this a bunch. They got tanks.
They're still one of the biggest. I mean, they pull in 600 to 800 people.
And when I say tanks, guys, these aren't like your standard airsoft technicals with like some guns strapped to it and some guys in the back. These are full on like armored vehicles with turrets and like
FSP for life.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So check it out. Yeah, I mean that's all I'm gonna say about it. After that, the only event that we're going to talk about with no actual airsoft being... Actually, no, I'm lying about that because there's a 2-on-2 competition.
Yeah, there's the 2v2.
So there is an air... Are we going to do that? Are we eligible to participate?
Dude, we are not doing that.
We can't? I mean, just get dead real quick and get out of it?
Okay, you don't understand. They're out-of-the-box AEGs, shooting 370 to 385.
Okay, nothing's scaring me so far.
In a 20 by 20 cube.
Like Murder Dome kind of thing?
Like, literally, there's like one thing for you to hide behind, and you get shot like...
Airsoft Murder Dome. 2v2 competition at Airsoft Con. Anyway, Airsoft Con, e-bike headquarters, Alhambra, California, October 19th. I'm going to be there.
If you live locally, you got to come to the EVIC showroom Thursday afternoon. Because at 5 p.m.
live audience
California time, Thursday afternoon, we're going to go live for our 100th episode.
With a very special 100th episode guy, too, as well, right?
He is 100 years old, I thought.
Is he?
He's old as dirt.
He's 100 episode worthy. I wasn't talking about his age.
Oh, okay.
He's been around a while. The very famous John Liu is
Yes.
going to be bringing some of his very special toys in. We haven't confirmed what those are.
And I think we got him to dress up, too.
Yeah, I think there's some dress up. So he's going to have several costume changes. There's probably going to be a sexy cat outfit. There's going to be a sexy postman. He's into Halloween. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, e-bike Airsoft Con, kind of the biggest party of the year. E-bike's 10th or 11th anniversary now.
They've done it 9 years previously.
So this will be the 10th anniversary of them being the biggest airsoft store in the world.
It's the 10th Airsoft Con event because they were actually in business before that, but it wasn't until like 2-3 years into it that they started doing this.
So let us know how old you are next time.
Yeah.
We'll get it right.
We'll ask Matt and George.
We'll ask Matt, since it's next week. So we'll ask when we announce it and when we're at it. We're bad at this.
Yeah.
Moving on. After that, same weekend, Operation Starburst. That's the Third Coast Airsoft guys. They like little birds a lot. So if you like helicopters and crazy AOs, they're going to be holding this one down at Hood in the southern region. Yeah, it's just fun. It's another Airsoft event. Stop scheduling shit during Airsoft Con so we can come to these things. That's all I'm going to say, Third Coast. Please, for me, I really want to check out your event. Also, I think they did one during SHOT Show. Like, that's a double stab at the back. You know what I mean? Like, I want to go, and they make it so hard to make that decision.
Well, they actually made it now. Trench Knife is like a week after SHOT Show.
Oh, okay.
For next year.
Yeah.
This year, it was like the same. It was the weekend that SHOT Show ended.
So we'll get like 48 hours to see our family, like high five, and then just head out?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Coming up after that, actually, it's the same weekend, October 20th. Wastelands 2019. This is with the Midwest region, Mere Tactical at Badlands Paintball Field in Crete, Illinois. I'm assuming this is Fallout stuff.
Yes, you are
the
correct.
assumption would be right.
Yep.
So if you have old shoulder pads, you got some spiky gloves, a hockey mask. What's some other Fallout themed stuff that you do?
You got old blown out tires on your mountain bike.
There you go.
You can use those for shin guards.
Has your buttstock broken on your AK? Do you have a shovel?
And I know a lot of you keep your old license plates when you move from place to place. Those work too.
Body armor. Those are good for body armor. Or even maybe like you can make a samurai helmet out of it.
Oh, or remember like the movie Aliens? Like they had those layered plates down the back of their helmet on their neck. You could do that.
You know what no one's come up with in airsoft yet? The smart gun from Aliens. I'm not saying the pulse rifle. I'm saying the big sucker made out of like an MG42.
No, now you just made me think of the BFG from
that would be cool.
From Doom.
You know who'd be the guy to build that? What's his name that we met down in Florida a couple weeks ago? Who built the Spartan Laser?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Cherry. I think his name's Michael Cherry. Hold on. Do you remember?
Hold on, I got his card.
If he's watching, let's get the name right.
I got his card. Because we got to get him on the show.
Oh, dude, he's rad.
Yeah.
I keep tempting him. Probably
Mark Cherry.
Mark Cherry.
From Red Shirt Prop Works.
He would be the guy to build a smart gun or a BFG.
Well, he's doing the needler right now.
I know. I'm really excited to see that. Anyway.
Not like the needler you find at Walmart that's this big. We're talking
it's a big one. Like noises, moves in and out.
The 1-to-1 size needler, which is
this
actually
guy
like this
is
big.
my kind of stupid. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, after that, La Contra, October 25th, 27th. Centurion's running this. Pitcher, Oklahoma. I don't know anything about La Contra, and apparently if I found out anything, I couldn't tell you anyway.
We'd have to kill him.
So you just have to go. Moving on. Operation Autumn Fog, October 26th. It's in the Midwest. Who's running this? Do we know these guys?
An Alliance-sponsored team.
Are they some fun people, a family team? There's multiple couples on this team.
There is.
This team is actually such a family.
I mean, they have like a Milsim team. They got couples.
Yep.
They got a custom gun tech.
They're actually reproducing and making more Nemesises. Do they have a title? Like
Nemesises?
Nemesis, something like that. But they're producing more Nemesis members as we speak. Milsim Medic doesn't just heal you. She makes more airsofters.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, Nemesis, awesome people, great team. I guess you call them the Chicago area technically, but they're Wisconsin kind of, where that all mixes together.
No, they're all...
Are they Wisconsin?
They play in Wisconsin, but they're in the Chicago area.
So they're, I don't know, whatever you want to call that.
It's like an hour-and-a-half drive.
Yeah, that. Anyway, they're awesome people. They put on a very special event every year, Autumn Fog. And
they had 400 people last year.
400 people to get out.
For a one-day event.
And not one of them play. All of them volunteer their time. They'll be your role players. They'll be your guides. Actually, if you want to find out some details about that, Ryan, when he was on the show, Fatco Customs, I think that was 10 episodes ago.
Fat Kid 51 on Instagrams.
He talked a bunch about how he sells BBs out of the back of a shed. That's his role for the event.
Yep.
Yeah, it sounds fun. So if you can make it, show your support.
Yeah, he's the arms dealer.
And that's a charity event too, right? Is it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, no, sorry. So it's not, but it's a fun event. Go anyway.
No, I'm pretty sure it all goes back into Black Ops.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to say like they're buying a new Rolex or Lexus with their airsoft money because no one's doing that. After that, October 27th, Pacific Region, Tacoma Airsoft Center. They're doing their fall tournament. I'm guessing this is something speed softy. It's probably indoor. You might find such people as PNW Punk there. He's a big supporter of that community.
They have 1 versus 1.
1 versus 1.
2 versus 2.
2 versus 2.
And 4 versus 4.
Why no 3 versus 3? Is it just a weird number? They don't like it? I mean, just not a thing?
Because it's not an integer.
Okay. Ooh, we got math jokes. We're not doing that. Yeah, if you're
it's their 10th anniversary.
If you're in the Northwest, especially in the Washington Tacoma area, head out there. Even if you're not going to play, just check out a new style of the game if you haven't played. If you're an outdoor player and you want to know what it's all about, the best way is just go hang out, talk to some people, experience something new. That's what Airsoft's about. Coming up after that, I'm really excited for this. Conquest of Avalon 3. Let's get this right. In Waxahachie, Texas, at the Ren Fair. There's some drums brewing about this.
There's only tickets left for the Merc faction, the best faction.
I mean, do we really want more tickets on the Merc faction? Because right now we have a good ratio of targets everywhere.
No, we
and
do.
no excuses if the unit loses, right? Because we have less people. But if we have more people, then the unit, I don't know, can feel better about themselves. So yeah, more people is okay. We'll take more people. Yeah, we'll do more people.
Yeah.
Okay with that.
Tickets are still on sale.
Please go buy some.
Because I'm pretty sure there's no walk-ons. You gotta pre-purchase your ticket.
They're doing awesome stuff. No raffles. You get to go get prizes.
Are you sure about that?
Are they doing? I thought they weren't doing a raffle. I thought it was all prizes.
That was Oklahoma Land Rush.
Was it? I don't know for sure. Then Soto, correct us in the chat.
No, they do normal.
Do they do raffle? I thought they were just doing.
Yeah, because I got to bring back the boar's head that I won at Sunset.
Oh, I need to put that in the. I need to take it to my friends, put it in the bug box, and clean that off.
Yeah, we only got like a month left.
My wife does creepy shit. She's into dead stuff, so I don't.
Yeah,
and dead stuff sent it to me.
If you didn't know, I am the Merc Commander, going against my BFF Woodcock, who's the unit commander.
What's your record against Woodcock in Overwatch events?
1-0.
Oh, is Woodcock's unit a little lagging behind yours?
It's a little limp.
It's a little limp. It's not full. It's not strong. Hanging to the left maybe a little bit. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, just soak that in.
I think it's because, his XO.
Who's his XO?
McCaleb.
And he has all the AMS guys on his side too.
He does.
Do we have a secret weapon to counteract that?
I mean, you got Bo. I mean, it's like he's just gonna ping, 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 ping.
I mean, if he doesn't break his ankle.
Well, we got all the ASAP dudes.
We do. I mean, they're good for about the first 3 hours, and then they.
Oh no! You have not. Trust me.
Are they gonna be sober for at least like 60%?
No, they.
Oh, this is one of those you gotta.
I know how to.
You gotta lubricate
employ them.
Okay, so you have to lubricate them and let them go, kind of.
Oh yeah, at Sunset, they literally stole the flag to Woody's respawn barrel, and was taking selfies with it and posted on social media.
Now,
it was funny.
I'm not saying those guys can't play airsoft. I'm more just saying, will they be interested in airsoft for the whole time?
We had to give back the flag so they could have their mobile respawn because they needed it. Because we were pushing their crap in so much, that I never deployed our mobile respawn because I felt we didn't need it.
You know what's really cool too? Project MP5 is going to get debuted there.
Yeah.
If you've been watching on Instagram, I've got some cool stuff coming on that.
And the entire Merc faction were dressing as speed softers.
Fuck you, Soto.
Because it's just going to be awesome to see Woody and Michaela lose their minds when they just start getting kicked in by a bunch of dudes in black with full face masks.
I'm playing martyrdom rules the whole weekend. I'm not carrying a gun. I'm just going to carry 2 grenades and drop them as I get hit. Let's see how long that goes. I think.
We got the 67s.
Oh, I'm down, dude.
We still have money left from the sponsorship from Enola Gay.
Thank you, Enola Gay, for all the fun. All right. Last one, of course, the not least, is kind of the wrap-up game of the year.
No, it's not.
It's not?
I forgot to put the last game of the year.
Is there one last game after this?
There is the following weekend.
What is it?
Well, talk about this one first.
Oh, okay. Anyway, Reindeer Games at Hood. As of right now, have they opened up tickets 3 more times already?
I think they're done. I mean,
because every time I turn around, they're sold out, and we're gonna sell some more now. So it's official, it's sold out now, right?
Because I think the only way they're gonna open up more is if they would get the 3rd mount site, which there's no way to get that one.
Well, they have that live. What it's been looking like with their announcements lately, we're going to be on a live fire range by the time they get done. The Bradleys are going to be shooting over our heads as we're playing airsoft if they go any farther with us.
Yeah, that's what happens. We're sitting there on Range Road, and me and just Woody just reminisce as the tracks go by.
Oh, table 12.
But cool. It is the first ever American Milsim game where there's no cost and no UFS.
That's right.
Yep.
Also, both mount sites. Well, I don't know why I'm telling you about this. If you don't have tickets right now, you're kind of fucked. So, but just to make you jealous, both mount sites, CDF officially, I just heard today, is civilian and kind of anything you want. It's camo bottoms and then cool guy shirts. I think is what the thing that just got put out, and then.
Oh, but we're gonna be dressed like postmen.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be the postmen because there's no.
It's a callback to
a shitty Kevin Costner movie.
Kevin Costner, yeah.
Yeah. But it's gonna be cool. We're gonna I'm looking for a postman outfit, but all I can find is the sexy postman outfits. But I'm still
I can only find the mail order bride.
Ooh, what if we went as like a mail order bride and a postman? That's our actual outfits for CF.
Oh my
Because they didn't say you couldn't wear like a wedding dress. Just you have to wear some cami pants.
That's true, because Rebel Yell one year, there was a dude running around in a banana costume.
That's why you need to be more careful about how you write the rules, because guys like us will fuck with them.
Yeah. So actually, the last game of the year, which I'll get a graphic up next week, is actually the 10th. Is the following weekend, so the weekend before Christmas, the 10th inaugural, I guess you could say.
How is it the 10th if it's inaugural? That's like the first, right? If it's inaugural.
Or is it the 10th annual? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
The 10th annual Revelations 10 at Ballahack Airsoft.
Now that's a wasteland game. That is a legendary wasteland game.
Open world, because everybody keeps jumping up on the Fallout, but Christopher at Ballahack, no one can compare to his open world games.
Well, he has his own like Atropia too that he invented
Oh,
for
yeah.
their Milsim days. Like he has like two countries. They've had a fake war going between these two countries for like 5 or 6 years now. Like continuous storyline.
Yep.
I mean, I think it's really underappreciated. A lot of people don't. I mean, I haven't experienced it personally because I've never been to Ballahack, but it seems that there's a lot of fields out there doing interesting stuff that have really good facilities. And there's a lot of producers that come to these fields, either locally or nationally, to bring their gameplay. But really, from everybody I've talked to around the sport, Ballahack's the only place where you get both. You get a field owner who also is into making gameplay.
Yeah.
And that's really rare. And when you talk to people who spend a lot of time on that field, you can tell that he's built his field and tailored it to running these games.
Oh, yeah.
And so he's not forcing anything. It all kind of flows naturally. I would really love to get out there. So, Chris, send me a plane ticket if you're watching.
And Christopher, you got to be on the show.
Oh, that's right. That would be good. Pressure. If you know Chris or you play at Ballahack, pressure him. Go to his swamp. Yell at him. Tell him he needs to be on the show. Bother him at his store. Wherever you can find him. Bother him. Tell him he needs calls.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, man, that was a long show.
Oh, it wasn't that long. What was it like? Oh, a little over 2 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of sitting at 2 hours.
I know,
like
right?
The time now.
And there's still people watching.
I mean, I'm watching right now, probably at home.
Yeah,
or here,
because
wherever I am.
Because we can be in multiple places at once.
Because we cross the streams.
Thank you for watching, whether you're watching live on Facebook or on the YouTubes, or if you're just listening to us on SoundCloud.
Sorry, I'm trying to. Oh yeah, Instagram TV. Don't forget that. Did you say that? Instagram
I
TV?
haven't done IGTV in like a couple weeks.
IGTV. There's good stuff there. Check us out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We did the Elite Force tour.
We did the Elite Force tour. There's a bow video on there.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a review on a multi-rifle mag pouch.
Oh, there is. There is some good stuff. Actually, is there some more?
Because if you haven't seen a review on a mag pouch, you need to see this one.
It's actually a pretty good one. I actually like it. But yeah, check us out. There's going to be some more stuff coming down the line on that. More product reviews.
Oh, we did the Speeds Off night,
we did
too.
the Speeds Off night. There's all kinds of stuff. So check in on us. That's our day-to-day say hi place. So see you next time.
Laters.
Bye.
But there's only one guaranteed way you can have peace, and you can have it in the next second. Surrender.
I didn't think you had it in you.
I'm your huckleberry.
We will not go quietly into the night.
It is your killer instinct which must be harnessed if you expect to survive in combat.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen.
Remember this day, man, or it will be yours for all time.
What keeps you awake at night?
Nothing. I keep other people awake at night.